like Udyr, and he's naturally fast. He's just going to zoom. Caitlyn being picked up. Heimerdinger being picked up. So I would say that means Tristana is going mid, and Wizardish will be piloting his famous Heimerdinger in the bot lane then. No surprises there. It's just something you don't normally see unless, you know, of course, Wizardish is doing it.
Right. And it is technically possible that Freeze is going to play Heimerdinger.
It is possible.
It's technically possible. Solura is going to play Heimerdinger. We haven't seen him out here yet, so it's more than likely going to be on Wizardish, but we'll see what they actually do with it. The Morgana ban, because they know they got to target support or top lane right now, and like I said before, I think they're pretty comfortable going against the Shen. They played against it all 3 games last time, so maybe they're just going to leave it up and say, if you want to take it, go ahead. We know how to beat you.
Bethany banning out some supports here. Morgana being banned out. Illinois banning out Karma. Attacking that bot lane, getting the Lux ban out as well. So trying to make sure that there's nothing to push against the Heimerdinger. So they're going to maybe force them into a tank pick here with Caitlyn. Champions like Lulu are still available for them to play.
Bethany Esports took a lot of pick potential off the board. A lot of pick and burst. If this Kled goes through, you have to assume that means for sure Mundo is going to be in the jungle.
That means they'd be counter-picking support as well. I'd like to see them hold this top lane pick for counter, but if he's confident in playing the Kled, there we go. Yeah, Leona pick. That's smart.
It's a lot of CC they're representing in the bot lane, which is good because they don't. I mean, Dr. Mundo has a slow, and that's it. Tristana has her ult, and that's it. You know, they don't have a lot of crowd control elsewhere. I expect to see something like maybe a Renekton pick for their top laner, somebody that can get some hard crowd control going.
And if you have, like, in the early game phase, if Udyr's going to try to gank bot lane, Leona can just stun him once he walks into all the Heimer towers, and now Udyr's just stuck in the middle of all of it. Renekton pick coming out, something I mentioned before at the beginning. Their top laner, Quacker, plays a lot of Renekton. No surprises there. Just waiting for our final pick here, which looks like we're waiting for the support. Janna going to be picked. I'd say that's a solid pick. I mean, there's really nothing that they can do in this instance to help Caitlyn try to counter push against a Heimerdinger. So keep your survivability and try to farm out the early game as best you can.
Certainly seems like they're okay with not fighting bot lane at all. You know, we talk about, well, we didn't talk about it yet, but Daniel Park plays a lot of early game jungle pressure. Udyr gets his stun at level 2. Bethany Esports picking up the Shen this time. They're going to take it and say, we'll show you what we can do with it. But you're probably not going to see a whole lot of action in the bot lane other than defensive rotations from University of Illinois. Janna just doesn't facilitate ganks very well, but is really good at getting out of ganks, so they're probably going to leave that on an island and work the middle to top lane situation. Bethany Esports, on the other hand, is probably going to try to force the issue in bot lane. They've got global pressure with Shed, a lot of CC with Leona. They can stack it with a ton of burst damage on the Heimerdinger. We'll see how these comps play out.
Definitely going to make for an exciting game. One of our keys to the game was to have total jungle control, to get Hunter, get him going, get control of everything, and keep the Daniel Park, the Illinois jungler, to keep him down. Udyr definitely a jungler that can get out of hand if he gets going, so it'll definitely be on the heels of Hunter to make sure that he successfully facilitates the game and gets everything where he needs it to be. But we are going to head to a quick break for competitive integrity. We got to be a couple minutes behind the game. So when we come back, we'll be into Game 1 of Bethany Esports versus University of Illinois. Stay tuned.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above. Like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable. It was really easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So, well, if it's a minute. Hello, everybody. What's that, Seth?
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are in game here. Early trading going on by Freeze.
We promised we didn't lose track of the amount of time that we had before the game started. That's not a thing we would do.
Not at all.
I talked a little bit earlier. You know, we talked about that bot pressure and keys of the game. Freeze getting really aggressive here.
Really aggressive.
We talked earlier about how if you get your bot lane ahead, then Wizardish can lane by himself. He can 1v2. It doesn't really matter all that much, especially on Heimerdinger. I don't know why I didn't bring it up when he picked it. How do you, if you push a Heimerdinger, you're playing into the way that he wants to play the game. It's a really actually, you know, I talk about bot pressure. They don't need to bot pressure. They can move the support anywhere they want, and you know, Wizardish is going to be fine. He's just going to sit there. What are they going to do? They have a Janna.
Bot lane set up here. Heimer towers right where they need to be. A little aggressive on that tower placement there. Easy kill by the Caitlyn. You're going to have to try to focus him as best we can. But once he levels those up again, the health should be pretty crazy.
This is a really
nice,
beautiful shot of the chasm right now.
It's a beautiful cliff.
You don't see this part of the map very often, especially once they extended the corner.
Wish we're on. I was gonna say, wish we're on the top part of it. At least we see the dragon flying around.
That's true. That's true. It's about that time, right? Is it 5 minutes? When is that?
No, it's earlier. We missed it. It's like it before game starts.
I guess I never really look for it. Not going to be a whole lot going on.
Oh, dash in here from Salura on the Quackers. Got some good damage here. Trying to do some follow-up damage, but ultimately trade one there from Salura. Trying to land out some stuns there in the bot lane.
I think Salura might have been hoping that that taunt had landed just inside turret range. It ended up being just outside, so Quack was able to trade back pretty effectively. He still got the better half of it. Forces Renekton out of the lane. He can farm under tower a lot easier. But, you know, you're going to see a lot of skirmishing like that in a double melee lane, like what you're seeing, especially from what I've seen of Quackers, he likes to fight in lane. He likes to get his you know, early game advantage whenever he can find it. So not really surprising to see those guys going at it right now.
I imagine that they'd want to push them up a bit farther in the tower here. They are playing it about the middle of the lane. Kind of nice to get those minions on the tower. Solera going back in here to get more trade damage. The W blocking out most of that.
It's such a small thing, but the timing of using your W on Shen to block auto attack damage, you don't want to use it too soon because you've already got them taunted up. They can't really do a whole lot to you. But you know, you're able to avoid. You can trade into minions like what he's going to do right here and not take a bunch of extra damage. Just absolutely bullying Quacker right now.
Yeah, Quacker going back in now. Getting the return damage. Freeze jumping away from the Udyr gank in the mid lane.
Quacker has that rage built up. He'll be able to heal himself back up as soon as the minions come in. There's plenty to get health back on. And there's not really a whole lot Solera's going to be able to do about it. Just not a whole lot of pressure. Jungle clearing going exactly the same speed. The one notable difference is Mundo can stay in the jungle really as long as he wants, getting a lot of health back from his passive, and he doesn't have that resource from blue buff to manage, where, you know, the Udyr is going to have to manage his mana bar. And it's not that hard if you know what you're doing, but over time it can be a burden. He went blue smite, so... Oh, early dragon take. Was that a solo?
Yes.
Must have been. All right.
It was a solo.
Early jungle.
He backed
so
for
far,
double ruby crystal so we could tank it.
We'll take that early jungle control. Take that every day. Bot lane got their back in.
Oh, well, you're going to stun out Freeze here. He should be able to just jump away and be fine. Orianna's not going to come up here to put pressure on him.
A little bit of Tiger Burn. Quacker does not have the level advantage here, but... Okay, there we go. He's back at level 6.
Oh, Freeze going in, getting the full explosive blast, and the ultimate onto Orianna. Shockwave going to land, just barely making it out. Udyr, though, coming up. He should have the jump reset. Shen, ultimate coming in. Stand United giving him the protection, making him back off. Renekton now has full control in the top lane.
Okay, so what I was just about to say is the level 6 fight goes in favor of Renekton because his ult is actually used where he is, whereas Shen has to go somewhere else. And Shen ult gets used to save a little bit of damage, probably save a player in mid lane. Free's not going to die there, playing really aggressively. Solera's not going to lose too much over that, but he'll be behind by about 8 or 9 CS at the moment. Not a whole lot going on other than in-lane skirmishing. We saw the one little gank right away, but everybody seems pretty content to farm this out right now. Bethany Esports taking that, obviously, that early dragon advantage, and it being an ocean dragon gives them a little bit more of an edge in a situation where you're just farming it out because they've got, you know, extra resource control where they get to sit in lane and do whatever they want. So right now, early advantage.
Farm across the board fairly even.
They're clearing out a little bit of vision in the top side.
It actually looks like, I would say, speaking of top side, it actually looks like Shen is down about almost 20 CS now. Renekton got a pretty big advantage from using the Stand United in the mid lane there for Solera. That wave is going to push into him now, and it looks like he should be able to maybe freeze it right in front of his tower. Meanwhile, speaking of freeze, getting some great damage on the mid lane tower there. Tristana super good at pushing out towers. Wizardish keeping him shoved in. Meanwhile, looks like Hollywood is rotated over to the mid lane there. They're actually doing a collapse right now. They've got Hunter and Hollywood in Udyr's jungle. Maybe looking to set up a dive here on Freeze.
Talk about that top lane matchup. Solera did pick up armor boots right away, which is really smart because he's going to get ganked by Udyr, and I think Udyr is going Tiger Palm Udyr, or just tank. I'm not sure, one of the two, but all that damage from him and Renekton, most of it's going to come in the form of auto attacks. So seems like they're probably just content to leave him sit there and just ult. He's not going to get his mythic item right away. I don't think Shen's typically go mythic right away anyway. You'd see something like a Titanic Hydra maybe first. But Renekton does have the Chain Whip, so he's going to be into his build and be a little bit more effective offensively going elsewhere on the map.
Some great damage there onto Wizardish. Now they're getting counter pushed here. Looks like they're going to have to start setting up to maybe do a push back onto them. Freeze looking to get his plates. Getting ganked, though. Shockwave, but he does jump out. Ults away the Udyr for safety. Great disengage there from him. Quacker going in on Solera. Solera taunting away.
One of the nuances of the Heimerdinger Caitlyn lane that you don't really think about is Caitlyn can actually outrange Heimerdinger turrets, so she doesn't need to take any punishment to clear those out. As Solera and Quacker are going at it again. It's just a heavyweight fist fight in the top lane right now. Trading blows back and forth. Right now, Quacker's getting the best of it.
I say it's a heavyweight fist fight everywhere, because everyone's kind of going at it, but there's no kills across the board yet. Still sitting at 0-0.
Opened up about a 10 CS lead in middle and jungle for Bethany Esports.
No mythic items completed quite yet. Moby boots purchased for Hollywood, so he does be roaming a bit more. Dragon is spawning soon here. Should be less than 10 seconds. And Bethany Esports is set up to take this dragon now. Freeze going all in. Hollywood trying to come for a gank. Zeno is going to make it out. Trying to poke him out here before the dragon starts. Looks like Illinois, though, they're rounding out to the front of the dragon here. They're in the river. They have him sandwiched right now. Dragon being taken by Bethany here.
Big
Ultimate
stun.
coming in from Hollywood. Big stun from Wizardish there. Shockwave landing onto two members there. Wizardish going to get killed. First blood goes over to the Orianna. Bethany, though, starting to push back. Ultimate coming out from Janna. They're forced to disengage here. Too much healing. No teleport coming in yet from Solera. Oh, Stand United does come in right there. Although the gank coming in from Quacker, they're catching out Freeze and they get the kill. Just going to have to run down. Flash going out from Hunter over the wall. Shen taunting out. And it looks like 2-0 for Illinois, but Bethany does grab the dragon.
Okay, so we're talking about two different keys to the game. I kind of went a little bit inverted here. Bethany Esports gets the early dragon or jungle control, gets the early dragon control, but they do give up first blood. I think this is far enough in. We can say that they're not playing from in a hole just yet, but University of Illinois got their 2 kills on their mid laner and their ADC, and it's a really high value gold targets for them. So I think University of Illinois gets the better of this. However, Bethany Esports advances themselves closer to Soul Point. I didn't see which dragon we're going to get out of this because I was watching the fight. Looks like it's a Windrake, which is actually really, really big for like Dr. Mundo and I think Shen too. Because does it give him the movement speed buff on his ult when he lands or when he starts casting it? I don't actually know that nuance.
When he starts casting it.
Okay, so it might not be as good, but. On the backside of that, Bethany Esports picks up Rift Herald. They're going to get a lot of plates mid. They're not quite going to get first turret.
I don't believe any champions were recoded. I think it was all like for cast.
Okay.
Like I don't think anyone got the special treatment of like after cast.
Sure. So all in all, I would say University of Illinois got the better of it for the moment, but for the long game, I think Bethany Esports got what they wanted out of it.
Freeze going in, try to get a good chunk damage on a Zeno. Only got the 3 autos off, but still good.
We go back to business as usual. The ultimate from University of Illinois' mid laner was really well placed. Got out a couple of really high targets and allowed the Caitlyn Q to roll through both of them. Did a ton of damage. Really good TP placement from Quacker to respond to the Shen ultimate, and they picked up another kill on the back end of that.
Ooh, taunt landing on a Quacker there. Leona ult kind of whiffing just for the slow. No follow-up. They are going to dive, it looks like. They are tanky enough to maybe make this work here. Hunter now tanking. Hollywood now tanking. Just needs to land the stand. Hunter getting the kill onto Quacker. That's a good kill there for Bethany for sure. Freeze rotating up, though. Taunt landing onto Zainu. Getting caught out. Shockwave landing all 3 members, but it's too late. He's already dead. Bethany picking up another kill. Stun rollout from Heimerdinger, trying to get it onto the Caitlyn, but she is able to use her 50 caliber net to back out. Wizardish now has full control of this lane. All in all, good outcome for Bethany there across the board.
That map macro was really good for them, and like we talked about before, you can leave Wizardish alone. He has his Liandry's Torment now. So anything that he trades a little bit harder than it probably should. That's going to be really annoying. They don't have a healer unless Janna wants to ult to heal up. Tristana's going to pick up first turret. That's another huge gold chunk. And Bethany looks like they've got a 1K gold lead right now on the back of losing the first fight 2-0. So really good bounce back from them.
Hollywood looking out for some wards, trying to get some vision control on the bot side here. It's going to be a while before Dragon spawns, but trying to get that early advantage. Daniel
Hollywood.
Park looking for the wards here. He's going to back out. Hunter starting up the blue buff. A lot of Illinois, though, squaring up to the bot side of the map right now. Trying to get their vision control. They are successful. Freeze rotating back to the mid lane. He looks like he's trying to push out the wave.
I believe Hunter was able to smite away that blue buff. I couldn't see if Udyr had blue buff going into that or if he stole it away.
I think he did.
Even if Hunter is the one to get that blue buff, you call that a win if you're University of Illinois because he doesn't really benefit from blue buff all that much. I mean, yeah, he gets the XP and you'd like to have that, but it's not on the Heimerdinger. It's not on the Tristana. So, you know, you'll take those. You'll take those little trades.
Dragon is going to spawn here, less than 30 seconds.
We've got Chem Tank built up on the Udyr, Chem Tank on the Dr. Mundo, Stride Breaker on Renekton. Like we talked about before, Shen went Bramble and Bombies, does not have his mythic item yet. Doesn't look like he's going to go Titanic.
Wizardess just used TP in the bot lane. Freeze poking out Quacker right now. Hunter started up the dragon, sorry. Hollywood trying to go in, does hit the Zenith blade, lands the stun onto the Udyr. Whiffs the ultimate though, was predicting a flash. Dan United did come in. Flash Bear slap onto Freeze. He does not have the ability to jump out, so he's going to go down. Shockwave landing down and killing Bethany right there. Salura trying to get the counter engage here. They are really low on Illinois. It's going back and forth, back and forth. Heimerdinger now showing up, has his turrets laid down. Zeno trying to square up back to the dragon. Noob holding off the opening with as he can with the traps. All in all, 1 down for Illinois, 2 down for Bethany. Hollywood is back up. He's got Mobies. He's on his way. Backing right now from Salura. Illinois is going to start up the dragon, though. Hunter wants to be here. Teleport coming in right now from Salura, though. He's going to get slowed out. Great knock up there from Janna. He's going to taunt away. Hunter getting low. Great stun there from Wizardess. Does step on the trap, though. Has to use his Zonias. He's going to get collapsed on here by the Renekton. Great flash, though, from Wizardess to get away. Quacker does go for the follow-up, and it is going to get the kill. Hollywood trying to peel. Is forced to back off. Hunter throwing the cleavers. Great taunt there from Salura. Freeze coming in from the side, though, and he gets a great damage. Double kill from Hunter. And Freeze trying to chase this last one. The bear slap trying to come through, though. Freeze does a lot of damage, so as long as he keep his distance, not get slapped. Udyr trying to run away. Taunt missing from Salura. They are going to back off, and this dragon is going to go to Bethany.
Hunter is on top of these dragons pretty much as they spawn, and they got punished a little bit for it first, but University of Illinois was not able to capitalize on the fact that they had won the fight. Just not quite strong enough to roll over Bethany Esports right now, and as a result, they're able to respawn, come back. A really good TP by Salura to put himself back in the fight, keep extending it. Freeze can get back in the lane. He's got his mythic item. And really well played by Bethany Esports. University of Illinois just couldn't quite get that handhold that they needed to pick up a dragon there. And now Bethany Esports is on soul point.
Score is still 6-6, so team fights are probably going to stay relatively even throughout the rest of this game here, unless it breaks open, I would say.
I want to ask you a question.
Yep.
The Orianna and the Janna, that's a lot of shielding you're going to get for your team. Is there a point where you want to see Freeze by Serpent's Fang? Or would you rather see him just go to a straight ADC items?
I would just go straight ADC items, personally. You have lots of zone control with this team. I mean, so does Illinois, though. That's like the hard part. But I don't think the lethality benefits the Tristana enough to warrant it. Okay. Shockwave onto Wizardish, and the Caitlyn ultimate coming in. Doesn't have Zonia's up, so he's going to get taken down. Good pick there from Illinois. I just don't think that. I think you're better off getting the damage to like one-shot the people who give the shields than the person who has the shields.
Okay.
Baron's not up yet, so they are going to just, Illinois is going to rotate for just the Rift Herald at this point. That's okay. Freeze, though, did take the bot lane tower, and it looks like he'll probably be able to take a second one. Mid lane tower is gone as well, and looks like Hunter and Hollywood are going to rotate down to help with that second tier bot tower. Quacker is on his way to try to defend it. Tristana, though, just shreds towers like ridiculously. Looks like Hunter and Hollywood are waiting for a rotation, actually. Try to see if they can get a pick off on somebody here. Quacker going in. He's going to get the stun on to Freeze. Freeze using the explosive shot. He's going to have to maybe ult away. Stand United coming in. He does have the jump to get Stand United closer. Shen lands the taunt. Stride Breaker's away, but Freeze is able to get that last auto attack for the kill, and Bethany gets a good pick and the second tier bot tower.
That was a bait the whole way. I think Bethany Esports had that planned out from the moment they saw University of Illinois go for a second Rift Herald. Yeah, Illinois is going to pick that up. They're going to get some value off it, but you lost. Did Freeze get both turrets on bot side? I mean, you lost your tier 2 bot turret, and then Quacker goes in. He thinks he's got the advantage on the Tristana. There's still a Shen on the map. You know, and then you had a couple other people lying in wait. It was a really well-laid trap from Bethany Esports that University of Illinois just kind of fell right into.
Things
and now
just came through on Baron. Here they're going for it. Teleport coming in from Freeze. Illinois is on their way right now. They know that they're doing it. They did see it with the scrying orb right there. It's going to get burned down by Bethany. It's just, can they win the team fight or can they get out? Freeze jumping over the wall. Shockwave landing onto 2, but getting knocked back at the same time. Udyr slapping onto Freeze, but is getting shredded like crazy. Renekton trying to dive into the back line, but Freeze is doing way too much damage, though. He's going to get blocked. Ooh, the Caitlyn ultimate gets blocked there by Mundo. They're just going to back out. They got a kill. They got the Baron. Now they just have to reset, and it looks like this game is going to go well into their favor.
Hollywood got caught in the Oriental. I think there was a couple of people in there, but Hollywood got caught in it and was getting pulled towards the team. Unfortunately, Arya's Janna ultimate pushed him back out, and they weren't able to kill him. Quacker overextends, trying to secure the kill on Leona. Leona already still has flash up, so they didn't get that back. They lost an extra person. And by the way, how fast did they burn that down with a Tristana who's got a couple of items, with a Heimerdinger who's got a couple of items? I mean, you got to be on your toes with objectives going against this sort of team. Now they've got Baron. We'll see if they can extend that. Do you want to see them pressure top lane here to exert some more pressure so they can flip that into the 4th dragon take? I mean, you're looking at Soul Point.
Freeze jumping onto Xeno. Xeno hitting the shockwave with the explosive shot ultimate, doing way too much damage. Freeze getting that kill. What I was just about to say before that happened, actually, I was going to say, well, you have a Heimerdinger, you have the turrets, and you have Freeze. I would say just drive it right up the mid lane and just get all the towers that you can, all the way to your inhibitor. It's so easy for those two champions to just push down mid, take the towers, and get the objectives that you need. Try to get as much gold value as you can, because this is that opportunity. Like I said, the game was relatively even. You know, like gold was very similar, kills were similar, and this is Bethany's chance to blow it open. You got Baron, you won, you got the pick, you got Baron, you got another pick, and now just go get all the gold you can, go get your soul, and then you can win off the next Baron. You know, it's just an easy telegraph win at this point. Renekton, though, with the great flank onto Hollywood, misses the stun onto him. Stun from Heimerdinger does land. They're going to get the kill, maybe on a Quacker, but the Janna ult coming through to keep him alive. Udyr going with the stun to try to peel back. Ultimately, Bethany does weaken them enough. They should be able to either back off for soul or pressure this. Looks like they are going to back off for the Dragon. They should be able to burn this down relatively quick. Udyr does summon the Rift Herald in the mid lane, trying to keep their vision control. Hunter's just doing it now, so they basically just work zone control at this point. Illinois, though, thinks they can maybe shove it down mid lane. They're looking for a flank here. They're going to have their Cloud Soul, so they're going to come running in really fast once they get that. Here they go. They're going to get the Rift Herald. Going to land the headbutt, but it doesn't look like it's going to take the tower. So now Bethany's turn to just go right up the mid lane here, get your advantages back. Freeze trying to catch out the Udyr. He's too fast, though. You're not going to catch him that easily. Solera looking for a pick. All right, there we go. See, Heimerdinger, Tristana right up the mid lane. Everybody else works zone control duty. Quacker's trying to hold out the bot lane here, try to get the farm out before Bethany can get there. They're going to get a free tower and inhibitor here at 23 minutes. Solera and Hunter, though, are hunting, and Xeno forced to flash away. They don't get the inhibitor, so they're going to have to wait for the next wave here. I would not give up yet if I were them. 23 minutes in, it's a great time taking an inhibitor. Pretty much guarantees your victory here if you get an inhibitor at this point in the game. Inhibitor does fall. Now they just need to back out. Back, reset.
Going into that Dragon play, Bethany was actually in a 1-3-1. They sent Shen top. They had Tristana bottom because they knew that was the short side. Tristana was threatening base turret. And they just let Hunter go solo the Dragon once they got that tier 2 cracked. really, really well done on a macro level from Bethany Esports to secure their 4th Dragon. They're in the driver's seat of this game. They've got map control all the way up to the base on both sides. Still a tier 2 up in top lane, but I have to imagine that won't last very long. Just a ton of pressure they're able to exert with the lead that they have.
Freeze scanning out the bot side of the map there for wards. The Daniel Park clearing out some control wards here, trying to get vision back for Illinois. We've got some time before Baron comes back up, so basically just going to start taking our waves and get the gold we can to guarantee we win the next fight. 4 members of Illinois, though, currently mid. They don't have a lot of options for getting the farm. Their top wave is pushed all the way up to Bethany, so all Bethany has to do now is go get that wave and push it back into them. That's free gold.
Give the red buff over to the Tristana. Freeze got to like this playing an ADC mid. He gets red buff. You don't get those as a mid laner very often.
No, you do not.
Looks like they're going to try to pick up Illinois' blue buff. Put that on Wizardish.
That Mundo is going to go wherever he pleases when he presses R.
Oh, there's no stopping him. Also, I want to point out that right now, Wizardish is the scariest 0-3 and 4 champion I've ever seen. Just having those 2 items in the booth completed means it's so hard to kill him, and just the nature of Leander's Torment means if it's a long fight, you're probably not going to win it, and the Zonias makes the fight go longer. But when he's golden, he's still doing damage because he's got a city around him that's just beating on you the whole time. So it's hard to get in, and if they don't get in, they're going to get out-sieged. You know, so Illinois is in a really weird spot where they kind of got a CC chain and take out the Heimerdinger, but when you do that, you're leaving the Tristana up the entire time, and she gets free range. She's at a point where she's getting massive range at this, you know. It's a really weird spot they've got to work, but if they want to come back into this, they got to make something happen.
Bethany playing it relatively safe right now with their waves. The Baron is spawning, so they're pinging to go to it. Freeze is not there yet. They don't necessarily need him, but they would do it much faster with him. Waiting to see if Illinois is going to walk up to get a pick. Hunter coming around. He's got the dead man's freeze. Seeing that Udyr's here. Look at that damage on him. Stun coming through. Stand United going up. Shockwave landing on a freeze. He is going to get the Udyr kill very soon. The jump resets come in. Kill number 1. Kill number 2. Kill number 3. Triple kill there for the Tristana. Caitlyn going down by the hands of Hunter. And it looks like they want Quackers for the last one. Quadra kill going over to Freeze. And that is going to be the first game of the series, of this best-of-5 series. Bethany blowing this game wide open and doing such a great job here closing it out.
Picking up a Bud Light ace to end the game. Freeze gets the 4-piece. I'm sure he would have liked the 5, but Hunter's like, I've been working so hard all game, putting us in this position. I'm going to take one.
Hunter went where he pleased.
This one's mine. Going to use all the summoner spells, dive the turret, or dive the fountain.
Wasting the KDA, killing the minions. The FF comes through before the Nexus can explode, and game 1 goes over to Bethany Esports. What a game.
What a great game. Bethany Esports really used that jungle control. So I'm going to give my player the game to Hunter. Freeze popped off on Tristana, played really well. But on a macro level, that's where Bethany Esports won this game. They picked up the early dragons. They got control everywhere, and I think that starts with Hunter being so aggressive in the jungle, picking everything up.
Absolutely. Fantastic play from Hunter for sure. Fantastic game 1. We're going to hit it to a commercial break, but when we return, it'll be game 2 for Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. Stay tuned.
Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above. Like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. It's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school. And I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, everyone that's managing the team and helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program's nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yes, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team atmosphere, loving, it's great. It's extremely motivating. Whenever you step your foot into the room, you just want to push your hardest because everybody has that great mentality and the attitude that, no matter what, you just got to push your hardest because it's a fun atmosphere, and you can always fall back to Bethany Esports being a loving team.
I'm a challenger jungler who has been playing in the amateur scene for the past couple of years, and I really wanted to finish up my education, and I found a fortunate opportunity inside of Minnesota, where I'm from, at Bethany Lutheran College. I think that they have a program that competes with the best of the best, and I truly think with the roster that they've had, adding me to it could really be a championship caliber team. Hopefully in this next year we have the ability to take things to the next level, and I think that with all of us together we have the ability to show League of Legends and the world what we really have to offer.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your
Two of Bethany Esports versus University of Illinois. We are going to head into Champ Select here for game number 2. And I expect some switching up in some different bands here from the side of Illinois, but Bethany is still on red side, and the Galio and Darius bands coming at it 1 and 2 right away.
It'd be interesting to see if they let that Tristana go through. Freeze kind of bullied his way through that lane, and he played it really well, where he was able to keep himself safe and just mount that gold lead, and then the team fights later, absolutely crushing. You know, I mentioned it. I probably should have given MVP to Freeze, but runner-up. There's the Tristana ban, like what we were expecting.
It's really strong right now. Countering it is not really ideal at this point in time, so I think banning it away is definitely the right call from them. Olaf ban coming through, a huge pick from the Daniel Park for sure. Definitely plays it a lot, gets a lot of early game pressure on it. But the Seraphine pick immediately coming through, that's a flex pick for your mid, bot, and support position. But Bethany is a great flex pick team, so we'll have to see if they can maybe do something with that. So Lyra hovering Gnar.
University of Illinois made a substitution. Their support from last game was Ari. It looks like it's going to be Carbon Dio this game. And I wonder if that played into the not banning of Seraphine, because they banned it the first time around, left it open, and Illinois is going to pick it up right away. Also, a Gnar pickup, I'm almost guaranteed that's going to Salura, and he's just saying that I can take on anything you got. You know, let's see it.
I imagine then you're saving your last pick then for mid lane to maybe try to force the Seraphine to be picked somewhere else. Heimerdinger pick coming in though from Wizardish. This guy plays it so much. So much.
He's good at it.
He is good at it, absolutely.
Makes it really hard to engage on Bethany Esports, and it really puts them in control of the tempo of a fight, and I think that's where they sort of thrive. So until teams start banning it away, you know, you might as well keep picking it up. Then, of course, you look at it and you see somebody banning Heimerdinger, and you go, well, that's a win for us. So it's a give and a take. Daniel Park picking up Udyr once again.
Very interesting that they're going with Udyr again, especially after Heimerdinger's already picked. I imagine that the Seraphine comboed with like maybe Orianna again. Nope, looks like Seraphine maybe mid or bot. But it's possible that you just want that Udyr to keep running fast, but at the same time, your problem is not that Udyr's not running fast. Your problem is that he's running into a death trap that is Heimer Towers.
No,
Rel picked up, though. She's a fantastic support with engaging, and her 5 million different combos that she can do to keep people suppressed.
Maybe it's a connect the dots thing where they feel comfortable with the Seraphine out. The Udyr is going to be in the right spot to extend the ultimate range, because the range, if anybody doesn't know, gets extended when it goes through an allied champion just the same as if it hits an enemy champion. And it looks like Hunter's going to play Dr. Mundo again. Probably see that aggression around the dragon. We'll see if that translates into some earlier dragon fights where University of Illinois wants to contest that a little bit earlier.
Fantastic ban there from Bethany. They're going to ban away the Caitlyn. Try to keep forcing the push in bot lane once again, and Caitlyn's the best champion at countering said push. Lucian ban coming through to stop the mid lane ADs for sure. That pretty much forces Freeze onto an AP carry at this point, I would say. Looking for our last ban here from Salura, sorry.
Sivir.
Yeah, another champion that can counter the push, the siege from Heimerdinger.
Sivir actually goes really well with Rel, because one of the big things with her is if you're already in your horse form and you're not mounting up, you don't get the movement speed boost. It can be a little bit difficult to kite something out. You can get in a little bit easier with Sivir, so they're just going to keep that away. Obviously, you still have the Staff of Foreign Water from Seraphine is going to get everybody to move fast, so it's kind of like a mini Sivir ultimate anyway.
Alistar ban.
Alistar going to be the last ban here, keeping that away from Hollywood.
So, I'm not well versed. You know, I don't know all of the picks that Illinois has under their belt. But if I was a generic coach for a generic team looking at this draft, I would say that probably putting Seraphine in the bot lane is going to be your best bet at this point to try to wave clear Heimerdinger and to play it safe. And then picking a mid laner. Because the Ahri pick is coming through for Bethany now, so you have a chance here to counter pick Ahri unless you think Seraphine's the way to go. But I don't think that there's anything that you can pick bot lane really to just like guarantee like not dying or like winning this lane. So I think just picking Seraphine and just scaling and using her E for wave clear, her Q for wave clear would probably be the best bet. But it looks like they're going to look at the Misfortune, so they can Q off the Heimer Towers. That is ideal.
You don't think Wizardish has an ADC Ahri in him?
No.
I could see it. I could see it. I could see him pulling it out.
I guess I shouldn't doubt him.
I mean, you don't have a
He's
scouting
done-
report for that sort of thing, so.
That's true. I don't have that information, so. Renekton looks like is going to be picked up again here for Quacker.
This is a big front line from University of Illinois. And, you know, you've got, you've got Senna support.
Yeah, Senna support. Yeah.
See
I
what
don't
everything
think
is right
I don't think fasting Senna works. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, it is.
Yeah, Senna support is still fasting Senna, really.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Technically, it is because getting the souls and whatnot. Ultimately, everyone doing their switcheroos here, getting everyone where they need to go. Waiting for the Ahri and the Senna to switch around.
We would hope. I don't know if this is some weird pocket pick where Hollywood's got an Ahri.
I don't think they have rules for like time to switch, so I'm imagining they're doing their runes. Gonna wait out this for sure, though, to see.
I feel like if you're
really
really playing Senna mid,
unless Wizardish is actually just going to go mid with Heimerdinger and they're going to have Senna be the ADC and Ahri is the support. That is actually possible what it could be.
I don't
there's
think
no
you
time
can
to
send
switch.
Senna mid because Udyr's just going to
There's
farm that
no time
lane.
to switch for the Blitz app to auto lock in the runes. All right, so it looks like we'll have to wait to see once we get on the map to see, you know, who's going where, if Senna's going mid or if she's going bot, where Heimerdinger's going for sure. But we'll go to a commercial break, and when we get back, it'll be Game 2 of Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. Stay tuned.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was really a great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates, actually, and as well as the school. You know, it's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school, and you know, I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program's nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yeah, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team.
All right, everybody, welcome back for game number 2 of Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. We've got a 5-man fan going on both sides of the map here.
So, University of Illinois swapped out their support. Bethany Esports just swapped roles. Freeze is going to be the support this game, and it looks like Hollywood's going to be taking the Ari mid lane. So a little bit of strategery going on in this game. We'll see how that plays out. And like we said before, it's fasting Senna because the Heimerdinger is going to farm anyway. The question will be, when do they pick up Senna with the farming? And honestly, that puts them in a really strong position. This team comp does a lot of damage, and they've got a huge front line with Gnar and Mundo. And, you know, Gnar is facilitating your engage more than likely, but it could end up just being a counter engage because you've got the Rel, Seraphine ult. You know, it looks like they match up pretty well if they can get out of laning phase.
Yeah, definitely excited to see how that ends up.
Which, to that point, I actually think we're going to end up seeing another relatively boring laning phase.
Auto pull coming in right away here. Good trading. Freeze taking a good chunk of damage.
Armandio already showing how different this lane is going to be. I mean, you had a Janna last game. You've got a Rel this game. You know, they're going to make you deal with it. You can't just sit back and farm the whole way. Wizardish and Freeze shoving up, getting the better of this early lane, which is not surprising. There's going to be a lot of kiting back for Rel and Misfortune until they really want to go in. But at level 6, University of Illinois' bot lane is very strong. If you get caught in a bad way, I mean, there's no saving you. You don't have the Stand United this game. You've got a Gnar in the top lane.
Great stand there, stun there, landing onto Bigger Noob. Carbon tried to do a counter engage, does get the W stun onto Freeze. Ignite does go off. He is going to survive.
Exhaust also got used, so Freeze doesn't have that. Bigger Noob didn't use Flash, didn't use Heal. Rel didn't use Flash. A lot of trading, not a lot of resources going away. Zeno made the roam
Zeno
down.
roam mid. Very interesting. Hollywood's going to get a good push out mid then. Teleport coming in from where? Yeah. Zeno? Okay, so Zeno TP'd back mid, stun. Flash Bear slap onto Wizardish though. Great follow-up stun there from the Rel and First Blood. Hollywood did come in. Flash. Ari charms the flash coming in from Bigger Noob to dodge it though. Does get the kill. Hollywood does go down as well. Double kill there for the Udyr. Great stun there landing onto Freeze. Another teleport coming in though. Here comes somebody. It's Wizardish coming back from the dead. Hunter does pick up the kill with the cleaver and the flash, and Bethany Esports gets 3 kills for 2.
I don't understand why you would call your mid laner down to have them teleport back to mid lane right as you're ganking the lane. I don't really understand that in a macro sense. It's a waste of resources, quite frankly. If you're going to gank the lane, you call your mid laner down for that part of it. If they're already there, I don't know why you're TPing back, maybe to put them in a false sense of security. But
well, the second the teleport went through to go back to the mid lane, boom, here came the teleport from Hollywood to go down to the bot lane, just like that.
The only logic I can apply to it is you lull them into a false sense of security because they know the mid laner that was just in their lane is gone. And maybe they would think that there isn't a jungler coming because the mid laner just TP'd away, but they've got more. Bethany Esports has more resources. They got a mid lane TP. They've got Wizardish has a TP. Solura didn't even need a TP. Quacker didn't go in because it was basically a lost cause anyway by the time he would have been able to do anything. So that's a win for Bethany Esports on a questionable decision.
Ooh, great charm landing on a Zeno. Good poke damage. Wizardish has the lane shoved up again.
Armandio and Bigger Noob both flashed in that last fight, and Freeze and Wizardish did not. So they've got that advantage in the summoner spells. Wizardish did TP, but You know, he's got 2 assists out of it, so that's completely worthwhile.
So the dragon just spawned. Hunter was over by Razorbeaks when it happened, so he's going down to the dragon now, but Zeno actually roamed to the back of the dragon pit and did put a ward over it. So it looks like Hunter's going to start up the dragon here, but it is in vision. Illinois does know that he's doing it because of the last time he did the early dragon. Freeze trying to take this ward, though, but here comes the Daniel Park. Slow coming in for the Misfortune. Great stun, though, from Freeze landing. Rooted. No more control ward. Dragon taken by Hunter. Cloud, Dragon taken. Engage coming in from Carmendio. Does land the knock-up onto Freeze. He does have flashes, but he is taken down. The Bear Slap trying to get onto Hunter. Stun, missing onto the Udyr. Here comes Ari, though, whiffing the charm. Does get the damage. Udyr doing some great jukes here. He's coming forward. He's going to get the stun. Slap onto Ari. Doesn't have ultimate yet, so she is ultimately going to go down. She doesn't have flash. Zeno picking up the kill onto that. And that's 3 kills for Illinois there. And Bethany does not get anything but the dragon.
And now it's my turn to question, on a macro sense, Bethany Esports. Because they got the dragon, you just walk away. You're not fighting over anything. You got the thing that you wanted. You go back to your normal lane state and you just push your lead. That seemed to be really greedy for no real reason, and basically they got out crowd controlled. Hollywood missed his charm, and that means that he's going to die because there's an Udyr. And if you don't kill the Udyr, Udyr's going to run everybody down. Hunter didn't have his ultimate to run away. So again, they get the dragon. It's a Windrake. So, I mean, that's good, you know, on a game state sense. But, you know, you're giving a lot of gold up that you didn't need to do, and now they find themselves in a 1,500 gold lead, which doesn't seem like much, but you do that a couple of times, you find yourself really behind.
CS differences across the board. Illinois actually getting the edge on basically every front, minus jungle being dead even. No dragon spawn for about 3 minutes, so ultimately everything's just going to be at a standstill for a little bit here. Looks like Bethany's trying to freeze the wave here at this point.
There's a lot of early boots got completed in this game, and notably Misfortune already has some heal reduction to make this lane a little bit more difficult for Freeze and Wizardish. That's an early gold investment that I think it's really smart. You don't really win these long drawn-out lane engagements. You want to go in and you burst, and if you can reduce their ability to heal to get themselves out of it, you're probably going to win the next fight, and it's maybe a little more valuable than if you're grabbing the first half of your mythic item.
Solura trying to get some good trades with Crackers here. Throws them back in towards the tower. Throws the Qs and jumps away. Good poke damage. Rel engaging onto Freeze. Going to land the stun. Has the Ignite laid down. Freeze does not have flash, so he did use his heal. Udyr is here. He's going to back away, though. Hunter coming in here. Here comes the Mundo. Probably not going to be able to get a kill on this, I imagine. Great stun, though, landing from Wizardish. Just slightly missing the stun from Senna. Looks like 4 people bot, though. Hollywood now going back to the mid lane. Did walk through a control ward. I hope he sees it on the way back.
The spacing of this bot lane is really interesting. Freeze overstepped by a little bit and got hugely punished by the Rel. And no real big fight comes out of that, but that's indicative of how this lane is going to go. You got to be really careful with where you're standing. Make sure you don't get engaged on, because in a close quarters fight, Rel's going to win every time.
Yeah.
Couple of half items picked up across the board for Bethany Esports. University of Illinois just a little bit ahead of that. Once again, they're up by a little over 1,000 gold. A lot of that actually on Daniel Park on the Udyr. He's got 4 kills. He's only down 4 CS for it. So you're going to see a chem tank come out really, really early from him. And, you got to see Bethany Esports has to be able to answer that, because they have to know that he's going to be coming in a lot faster, and if they can't kite away, they need to kill him really quickly. And if they can't do that in an efficient manner, they're going to be in a really tough spot for a lot of these fights around objectives, and Bethany Esports doesn't even fight over the Rift Herald.
Dragon up in less than a minute. Would give Daniel Park a couple of seconds here to quickly take this Gromp back for his chem tank if he does have it. Quacker does have teleport, so does Solura. So does Hollywood, so does Xeno. We actually have summoner spells across the board up. No Ignite for Rel, though, for Carbon. Freeze does not have his Exhaust. He will have his Flash up for Dragon, though. So yeah, it just looks like utility spells from the supports are all that's missing right now. So it should be a pretty even fight, all things considered. And we know that Bethany likes to go for their Dragon, so I imagine they'll be there. It's just whether or not Illinois will be there.
That was a Heimer ult used, and it didn't get a whole lot of value as Rel was able to walk away. So that's a pretty big utility they're not going to have for this Dragon fight.
It's it's not a low cooldown, but it's not a high one. Teleport coming in here, though. Here comes Xeno. Here comes Quacker. Xeno already teleported. Bethany popping the Mundo ult already. Gonna have to try to see if they can counter engage. The teleport coming in from Solura down here. They don't. They can maybe sandwich this. Hunter gonna take a lot of damage. Quacker going in. They get great engage from the Rel. The ultimate sucking in. Wizard is forced to use his Zonius. He is gonna go down though. Hollywood not really able to make anything happen in the backside of that fight, and Solura forced to run away. That's another team fight for Illinois in their favor.
Solura only had half of his Gnar bar built up when he was TPing in. Not really his fault, but he's got to come in to help the team out. Really well-executed Wombo combo from Illinois.
Ooh, great stun there from Solura. Also great job from Hollywood picking out Carbon, so he couldn't use any Rel engage. Rift Herald being dropped in the mid lane. That's going to get about 3 plates. Should be able to pick up the tower as well. They're all mid right now, but Hunter is coming down, actually. Wizard, does have teleport. He just used it in the bot lane. He caught out Noob. Gets the stun landing on the double tower damage. Freeze doing all the extra follow-up damage. Wizardess does get that return kill. That's a great pickup for them. Definitely something that they needed. And it looks like they stabilized the mid lane. They didn't lose the tower. So great way to pump the brakes from Bethany.
Small advantage they pick up on the back end of a losing fight. University of Illinois, their level 6 power spike is just huge. And right now, the longer the game goes, the more powerful Bethany Esports is going to be relative to what University of Illinois is going to be if they get gold and experience at roughly the same rate. So the onus is on Bethany Esports to stop the bleeding. Just slow down University of Illinois so they don't get rolled over, and they can take this game to 30 minutes where they can really scale up and get themselves back into this game.
Udyr and Rel coming up here to get the gank. Solura ulting them away, ults the Rel out of her engage, actually. Great job pushing them back. Hunter already popped his ultimate for the movement speed, though. Not going to be able to get any follow-up kills. Looks like Bethany, though, is going to take this bot lane tower. I'll have to wait for the next wave, and they should be able to get it then. Hunter trying to stop his backs here.
That was...
Oh, wrong guy.
That was the most beautiful Gnar ultimate I've ever seen.
Flip coming in. Stun landing on a Hunter. He does not have ultimate, and he doesn't have flash, and he is going to go down a bit greedy of trying to stop the backs from him, and it does go against him.
It's a little bit of overstaying for Hunter. You know, they didn't have vision on people backing, but what I was saying just a second ago, it was the most beautiful Gnar ultimate that I've ever seen that didn't put anybody into a wall. It's the only reason he survived that, quite frankly, and Hunter was just trying to hold on to the wave.
Ooh, he gets knocked up out of the stun. He doesn't have flash. He's going to go down. Timed the flash a second too late. And, well, it's second too early, actually, and got knocked up at the end of the Rel.
Right now, Bethany Esports just getting out macroed. University of Illinois. I'm going to say that cleanly one time today. University of Illinois found their lead. They know how to push it, and they're getting picks where they can, doing a really good job. Once again, Daniel Park has 6 kills right now. So you'd like to see that gold get spread out a little bit more, but at the end of the day, if he's the one facilitating your fights, him in the round, you know, you're fine with it. Take whatever you can get.
Dragon should be about 2 minutes away. Hollywood taking the blue buff, going into the bot lane now to hold the side lane. They've moved Freeze and Wizardish into the mid lane.
Slowing down just a little bit. I imagine we're not going to have a whole lot of action unless somebody finds a random pick, but we're not going to see a whole lot until this next dragon comes up. Solura doesn't have his turret. Oh, he does still have his turret, though. Never mind.
Solura trying to get his Gnar bar up.
Thought he was getting caught out.
Bethany hoping to get some mid control here, which would result in some map control. But they do have Illinois behind them. It looks like they're maybe trying to collapse on it. They're going to retreat back to mid. Hollywood shoving Noob, bigger Noob, into second tier bot lane tower. Ooh, tries to flash but gets stunned by the Udyr and the Rel follow-up stun as well.
That is just so much crowd control. I mean, you get run down by the Udyr. There's nothing you can do about the next 3 things that are going to hit you. And
Quacker, flash, stride breaker, flash, stun onto Wizardus. He's going to get another kill onto him. This game is falling apart for Bethany Esports, and Illinois is taking it in full force forward.
Really bad position for Bethany Esports to be in right now. Hollywood looks like he's going to try to get a pick out here, but if he's not careful, get counter-engaged on.
Try to get the Everfrost pick. Unsuccessful. The Rel combo with the Udyr, I will say, is doing a very good job. The stun landing, though, very greedy from Hollywood. Oof. A lot of greedy plays, a lot of hero plays that are not happening.
It's that compounding hard CC. You know, what are you going to do about the Udyr that's running at you? Well, we can't really do anything. Well, then somebody isn't moving for about 9 seconds or until they die, whichever happens first. So as long as Illinois can keep using that, and right now, by the way, 5K gold lead, that's huge. I mean, that's 1,000 gold across the board is a ton of gold to be behind, because a lot of times it's a full foundation item. I mean, you're just stats behind. And on a macro level, they're getting outclassed right now.
As I was saying before, that Rel pick with that Udyr is doing wonders for Illinois. Here comes Udyr on the side, though. Gets a stun onto the Heimerdinger. He's getting nuked to shreds here. Damage is going to go through. He is going to die. Solura and Freeze in the mid lane, trying to keep it pushed. Yeah, the Udyr is so far ahead. The Heimerdinger is so far behind that it just doesn't matter. He just runs through the towers, gets his kill, runs away, and has plenty of health to do it again. Illinois going for the Rift Herald here, picking up their 4th objective of the game, neutral objective of the game.
Despite this huge lead, University of Illinois just picked up their 2nd turret of the game. You would think that they'd have a few more, but you know, why rush things when you're already getting picks and mounting a gold lead, and you know, take what comes to you. But you'd think they'd be a little bit further along in the base taking process.
Baron spawning in about 2 minutes here. Illinois starting to get their vision control down. Hunter sweeping out some of those wards. Definitely would say that Beth needs to get more of their vision control down so that way they can see these Udyr flanks coming in, because he just flies in from the side. It's not like he's coming from behind or anything like that.
Freeze does have his
Here comes Udyr on the side.
Kraken Slayer. If they can live long enough to start shredding these tanks, I mean, they've got the items. They've got the Leandri's Torment, they got the Kraken Slayer. If they can live long enough, they got a shot to win these fights. But the problem is somebody or 2 somebodies or whoever is dying so quickly that a long drawn-out team fight physically could not happen. And that's Bethany's charge right now. They have to slow this fight down, slow the game down.
You said they got the items, Eli, but actually Gnar doesn't have his Mythic yet. And we're 18 minutes, 19 minutes into this game almost. Freeze caught out here by the Rel, the jump on, the ultimate, the stun coming down. Freeze is going to die. Hollywood trying to counter engage. Hunter coming in from behind the Misfortune ult, layering over everything with the dodges coming through. Hunter trying to get out, but they have Grievous Wound, so he's going to get chunked to crap and back. Wizardess trying to kite it away. He's very low. Hollywood trying to play it away. Carbon is going to die to the tower, most likely. Gnar finally able to show up. Solura looking for any options, but he's not able to find them. All in all, some good trades back and forth. 3 dead for Bethany, 1 for Illinois. They're going to summon the Rift Herald in the mid lane. This will definitely take 1 tower, and we'll see if it maybe can go farther than that. Death Timer still a bit out. Freeze is respawning. Wizardess 10 seconds away. Hunter 5 seconds. Maybe they could get a bit greedy. They're going to go back for the Dragon, though, and just let the Rift Herald go. Sorry, no Dragon spawning yet, so they're going to go for the bot tower in the jungle.
And they're going to clear out all the jungle. There's going to be nothing for Hunter to get. And he's already so far behind. I mean, I don't see how Bethany finds a foothold and comes back in this game. It would take quite a bit.
Trying to find their picks now. Trying to catch them backing here. Freeze might have found Udyr. Same with Hunter. He did find Udyr, the stun coming through. Do have the Rel now, so it's going to be really hard to kill him.
I imagine we're going to see Seraphine and maybe both Seraphine and Rel banned next game.
I would say definitely Rel.
For sure one of them, and I think if it's going to be one, it's probably going to be the Rel. But, I mean, that combo is just absolutely shredding Bethany Esports this game.
Harvard found his flank onto Hollywood. Good dodge there. Does expend the ultimate, but better to ult than to die, that's for sure. Dragon spawning less than a minute. Bethany getting their grounds met here in all the lanes. Senna's just got to keep scaling and getting her stacks, that's for sure. This is definitely one of the dragons that you don't want to give. Giving the dragon before a soul point can be just as bad as the soul point itself because it forces you to have to fight at soul point. So if Bethany could pick up this dragon, it would definitely delay the time a bit to stall the game out, let them scale up a bit more.
Hunter getting a little caught out right
Hunter.
now.
He's going to get landed on by the Seraphine ultimate stun and the follow-up from Rel, the jump in, the stun. Hunter trying to go where he pleases. He's going to die, though. This is a free Baron now for Illinois, unless maybe by some miracle they can steal it. But it looks like Bethany is going to start moving down to the Dragon. Quacker is trying to hold it off here to see if he can stop them from taking it. Everfrost stun coming on. All the layers of the CC coming down. Great stun from Wizardish, but oh my lord, the healing from the Renekton. He's going to maybe get the kill onto Wizardish. He's trying to get it. Ooh, Hollywood is going to pick up the kill, and Wizardish just about to die. Looks like they are going to be able to get the Dragon after that, and Illinois is going to pick up the Baron.
Quacker isn't even he's not even the fed one on that team. And he's just 1v3ing. Oh, Wizardish got to be a little careful.
They are not going to be able to take this Dragon in time unless they can maybe burst it. Udyr, blue team has stolen the Dragon. So that's another Infernal Drake going over to Illinois, and they're going to run down Hollywood. He doesn't have ultimate anymore. He's going to die. And Wizardish is going to start the back, and I would say this is probably the start of Illinois ending out this game.
Yeah, I don't see how Bethany Esports can claw their way back out of this. I mean, they got to try. What else do you do? But they just don't have. They don't have everything. They don't have the health. They don't have the defensive stats. They don't have the damage. You know, they don't have map control. Just University of Illinois is imposing their will, and that's all there is to it. Quacker 1v3s down by the Dragon, kills one, almost kills two. And then, even though Bethany Esports technically wins that fight, they don't get the Dragon. It's a really bad spot. And I have to imagine this game won't last very much longer. I would be surprised to see this go to Soul.
I would be
Elder. Apologies.
Yeah. I would also agree with that. Hunter going in, though, trying to get a pick. He's going to get chunked out. He starts using the ultimate to heal, but he is going to die. Solera trying to get in, gets a 3-man stun with the Senna ultimate laying over the top of it. Does flash out, and Ari is going to get bursted down. Solera probably going to get chunked down at this point.
And we would assume that Bethany Esports would lose the fight from there. Bug means the game's over.
Looks like there is a bug, so the game is over. So we'll probably go to a quick commercial break then, and we will come back with the next game 3 then. It looks like, okay, sorry, we're just getting told here. So Bethany did lose, so Illinois did win at that point. So I guess player of the game then for Illinois' purpose.
Daniel Park.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down, it's the Udyr.
Definitely the Udyr. Absolutely. So, yeah, we'll go to a commercial break now, and when we come back, we'll go into game number 3 of Bethany versus Illinois, so stay tuned.
wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces? Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, it was easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. You know, it's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school. And you know, I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program's nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yes, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
3 of Bethany versus Illinois. The score is all tied up at 1-1. So very interesting to see as we go into this third game what changes are going to be made. Bethany, of course, is still on red side, and the Galio ban is the first ban coming through, and I'm going to guess maybe Darius is the first ban? We'll have to see. I'd kind of like to see the Rel ban right away. Or the Udyr. I'd say Rel. I think Rel, that's the word I'm looking for.
Facilitates?
No, it's not facilitate.
Then I don't know what you're going for here. There was a Darius ban. I would imagine.
I'll think of it.
You think about that. I would imagine we're probably not going to see Hollywood and Freeze switch this game.
Sorry.
Okay.
Rel enables Udyr to be a better
I feel like
pick.
facilitates is pretty close.
Okay, I suppose. All right, Tristana ban still coming through. Hecarim ban did come through again as well. We'll have to see what the third ban. Last time they banned Olaf here at the third ban, if I remember correctly. Have to see if they switch it to the Rel or the Seraphine.
They did ban Olaf third. There is the Seraphine ban. And I don't know. I guess they're okay with playing into a Rel. And if there's the Rel first pick. So
what they do now for their picks here. I would also like them to not pick Mundo personally. Mundo is a good jungler at the moment, but he doesn't offer a lot of utility. He just slows with his cleaver. Be kind of nice to have some other form of CC, even like a Lilia to do the sleeps, like on Udyr, things like that. Offers good pick potential. Alistar coming in. Great way to counter engage on the Rel, actually, with the headbutt. Solid pickup from Bethany there.
At this point, Alistar versus Rel in the support role feels a lot like a number of years ago, I guess now, when every time you'd go top lane, you'd see Shyvana versus Nasus. It was like, or Shyvana Renekton? Shyvana Renekton, I think it was. And that was every single game. Hunter is going to take the Udyr away from Daniel Park. They don't need to ban it. They're going to play it.
I think that's a solid idea. Good way to break up the pick bans, that's for sure.
So now what does Daniel Park play? I would imagine
probably Olaf.
Probably Olaf, maybe a Rek'Sai.
There we go.
Olaf gets picked up.
Put away my crystal ball here real quick. There we go.
No, keep that. We're not done with picks and bans.
Orianna picked up here. So yeah, Olaf still a great champion though for Illinois to pilot, because Rel is still going to enable him with stuns. Same with Orianna on Shockwave, so they're still looking to do the same thing they did last time. Azir would be a really good pick. Same with Syndra. Olaf obviously has his ultimate, but Syndra's a good way, again, to disengage the Rel, which is kind of what they're going for, it looks like here. Azir wall does the same thing too. That's good. I like the Azir better personally. Helps with the Olaf with the ultimate, because you can block him off with the wall after it sets, before it sets the CC, so Olaf can run through it.
Might be a little bit of PTSD for some Illinois fans right now, and maybe for the team. As like we talked about at the top 3 weeks ago, Freeze hard carried on Azir, and Azir has been nerfed since then. But
sadly,
how much does that translate to this game? Freeze obviously feels like he can still play it and it'll be just fine. So we'll see how Illinois can handle it this time. But I think he had something like 11 kills in each of the last 2 games of the last series. So we'll see what Illinois has in store to play against that.
Very interesting. Bethany banned away Caitlyn and Misfortune. So they're probably not throwing the Heimerdinger pick out the window quite yet. Curious to see if they do it or if they switch with an actual ADC. Because they have Azir, and you're doing a double AP. I mean, it's possible, but could cause some problems here. Narban coming out. Shen is still available, so
Renekton also still up.
Draven being hovered. He did that last time. Second time's the charm, they say.
I don't think very many people say that. Wizard is certainly
back and forth. Draven, Ezreal. All right, Ezreal. Okay.
He was trolling us the whole time. Bigger Noob has to really flex his champion pool this game, because both of the champions that he's played have been banned. And you got to wonder if we go, we get to the next game, are they going to ban whatever he picks now and just say, hey, what can you play? Show me everything.
I definitely don't think Vayne is the pick, because Vayne is very short range and Azir is very long range. So Azir at some point in this game, even if Bethany can hold out, will make Vayne not do anything. But we'll see. If he gets fed, obviously Vayne is Vayne, and if he pilots it well, we'll have to see. Renekton, 3rd time in a row here, getting picked. So I imagine that we're going to probably see a Shen pick from Bethany on the counter side. We'll have to wait and see what he has in store, though. So Lyra ultimately he has been playing a really good game. Oh, Shen coming in, so now we'll see what we do here.
I would assume to see, I don't know what Salur's champion pool is, but based on history from other games that I've seen, I would assume that we're going to grab the Renekton. But, who knows? Could see anything else. I just hope he picks a champion.
I like Kled. Kled is my favorite top laner. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I like to see it. Kled's a fantastic champion, and I love to watch it being played, especially in such a great...
Team comp?
What's that?
Team comp? Series?
I was going to say in a great ELO, referring to the
okay.
college.
Right.
But team comp and series works too. Ultimately, really good picks all around. I'd say it's probably going to be a great game, great team fights, and we'll go to a commercial break, and we come back for game number 3. We'll see how it all plays out. Stay tuned.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. You know, it's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school. And you know, I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program's nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yeah, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team atmosphere, loving, it's great. It's very extremely motivating. Whenever you step your foot into the room, you just want to push your hardest because everybody has that great mentality and the attitude that, you know, no matter what, you just got to push your hardest because it's a fun atmosphere, and you can always fall back to Bethany Esports being a loving team.
I'm a challenger jungler who has been playing in the amateur scene for the past couple of years, and I really wanted to finish up my education.
Game number 3 of Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. Looks like Bethany all going to the top side here. Might be trying to do a cheese invade. Hunter making it look like they're doing a 5-man here and defending his spot.
They do have a decent amount of level 1 CC if they want it. They've got Bear Trap on a rope. They've got Bear Slap, which if he took it would make his jungle clear kind of annoying. Hunter did not take a potion. I wonder if that's a mistake. I don't.
Well, he already has sweeper, so he's not like he's doing a ward back sweeper.
Yeah.
So that is a mistake. Uh-oh.
So I guess we'll see how that plays out.
He hasn't figured it out yet.
Or he has and decided he doesn't have time.
Udyr's a good champion, so like it's not, you know, super important really. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have, but if he only planned on power farming anyway, it's not going to crush him, I hope, but we'll see here. Minions coming into lane, jungle camp spawning. Like Olaf starting, Daniel Park starting on the top side. Hunter starting on the bot. Trades back and forth. Nothing crazy going on yet. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out, but ultimately I'm excited to watch these team comps go at it. It's going to be a jolly good time. That's what made the first game so exciting.
I think these fights are going to be a lot more butting heads against each other. Excuse the Alistar pun. Because everybody wants to kind of go in. I mean, everybody wants to go in. The only people that really don't are Wizardish and Bigger Noob. But, I mean, they're still going to be dancing around the fight. It's a lot of engage from both sides of this game. And I think team fights aren't going to last as long just because it's kind of this is everything we got and then we don't have a way out.
Xeno starting Corrupting Potions, already used 2 procs of it. Freeze getting good chunk damage out onto him. Really keeping him at bay there. Rel does have her E linked up with the Vayne, so just looking for the W engaged, land the double stun.
You suppose Freeze is sick of seeing? Well, no. I guess he played.
Oh, he's gonna auto attack this out. It looks like. Sorry, Xeno backing up.
I was gonna ask if Freeze was sick of seeing Orianna, but Freeze didn't even go against Orianna last game, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's only the second time. I would say that Salura was probably sick of seeing Renekton. Probably happy that that wasn't picked for a third time.
Could be.
Ooh, stops the back, gets the Arcane Comet, almost kills Xeno actually. Bear trap on a rope. Trying to pull back Quacker. He's going to get dismounted here. Hunter is here for the counter gank if Quacker tries to get too aggressive. So Lura could probably bait this pretty well. Oh, he tries to dash in, but is unsuccessful. Does get the trap to pull him back. Does get the dismount taunt coming through. Here comes Hunter. Flash. Bear. Slap. And the first blood goes to Salura, and he is going to get the early game advantage in the top lane.
That was a beautiful bait. Really well executed bear slap. Good job, Bethany Esports. That's our key to the game. Don't get in a hole. They're digging the hole for the other team. Great start for Bethany Esports, especially in a situation where last game you just sort of got steamrolled. So it's good to come back, start throwing punches early. Nekkel did go over to Salura, so that's just helping him in lane. He's got a pickaxe coming back. That bear trap is going to hit really hard.
Kled definitely needs the early game advantage that he can get. He does have teleport, but Kled who can split push is a very happy Kled. Big wave piled up here in the bot lane. Bethany looking to push it in. I'm interested to see what this Ezreal does for the build. Right now it's the Essence Reaver Dustblade build. I want to see if that's what he sticks to, or if he's got something else up his sleeve.
The other one that you might see semi-often would be Divine Sunderer. And that just makes him a little bit more durable than the Duskblade build, but I think the Duskblade build definitely chunks more.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what those give for secondary stats, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one would be preferable in that regard, but once again, I mean, shortly after 5 minutes, Bethany Esports has first dragon.
I tell you what, Hunter is so good at sneaking Barons, we don't even see him.
Yeah, well, especially considering that was a dragon and not a Baron.
That's what I meant, dragon. You catch my difference. Freeze coming in, going all in. Hollywood trying to look for the gank here, but Xeno is going to just make it under the tower. Bear trap snapping on Quacker. Hollywood helping Freeze push out this wave. So we can either roam or back. Level 6, though, coming in for his Azir. Wizardus doing what he does best, being alone in the bot lane. No Ezreal skin, by the way. Makes me sad. He has such good skins.
You don't like his base skin?
I mean, I do.
Okay. So what are we talking about? I think his base
other
skin is
ones.
great.
Here comes the Udyr, though, coming in for a gank. Vayne is going to flash away, but is going to get stunned up by the Udyr. Is going to get knocked back from the Condemn. Wizardish is going to pick up the kill on Rel. Bigger Noob stuck under the tower, though. Freeze is going to have the ultimate, so he's just going to have to poke him down until he goes in to scoop him out with the ulti. Play it safe. Wait for your wave. Great poke landing in there from Wizardish. Oh, Kled's going somewhere. I hear it, but Freeze is going to get the kill onto Bigger Noob.
Kled went mid.
Kled went mid, okay. I was going to say, that was really excessive if he like backed and then was going to ult like underneath that tower.
For a second, I thought they were going to let Bigger Noob go under that bottom turret, and I was really questioning why they would do that. But it turns out they just didn't want to dive under the turret if they didn't have to. So Bigger Noob dies, he loses all of his sums. Carbodio dies, he loses all of his sums. Bot lane control firmly in Bethany Esports' hands. Hunter once again facilitating for his team early.
Blue buff going over to Freeze, going to keep the pressure. Xeno also getting the blue buff, both taken at the exact same time. Look at that. Well coordinated. Good job, everybody. Equal shove's going to happen mid for sure.
Solura's got his chain whip.
Actually has the Freeze in front of his tower there. Cracker trying to get an opening, but Solura doing a good job holding the wave. Hollywood trying to gank mid. Xeno forced to back off. He is on a control ward, though. Hollywood failing the Hex Flash, but here comes the sweep from the Azir. Shockwave landing on a Hollywood. He doesn't have any disengage now. Rel counter-engaging with the stun, and Bigger Noob is going to get a kill there. Good counter gang from Illinois.
I think they could have layered that CC maybe a little bit better. But at the end of the day, Xeno has Flash. He's able to get away, and Illinois was in a very defensible position where they could come in and clean up a kill of their own to punish that.
Here comes Illinois sweeping out the wards. Wizardish did not back off, though, so now he's stuck. Teleport coming in from Solura. He does not have Kled ulti, but he is here. Trying to see if he can engage on something. That's all they have, though, just the three of them. Shen still top lane. Kled will have to back now. Expending the teleport to protect Wizardish. Kind of unfortunate, especially because Wizardish could have just backed off. He could have just ran away when they saw them taking the control ward.
That's a win if you're the University of Illinois because you got a TP out of the top laner. And now, even though Shen took Ignite like he seems to always do, you have global control in the top lane. You know, you're just in a stronger position globally. That being said, it looks like Solura and Freeze are splitting or trading lanes, and
so because
Freeze's TP will be up relatively quickly.
Because Solura TP'd bot, he just ran to mid lane, and Freeze was actually helping Hunter take the Rift Herald, so then they just had Azir go top lane to shove that in, so that way Solura could pick up farm in the mid lane. Smart rotations from them. Dragon spawning in less than 10 seconds here. Bethany, at least right now, does have full control of it. Solura is going to go top lane. Freeze is backing so he can come to Dragon. No TP, but Solura does have ulti, so if he starts his roam early, he can make something happen. Ezzy not in range to proc onto Vayne there. It was very close, though.
I think that little lane swap they did gave Freeze an extra wave of minions because he's up to 96 CS. The next highest is like 86 in the game. So that he's in a really good spot. He just broke the century
Hunter
market.
finding, getting caught out. Rel stun, landing, flash going away. Hollywood now caught out. Shockwave missing because Freeze flashed it. Hollywood very tanky, but he is going to go down. Stand United comes in. Flash taunt coming in from Shen. He does get onto Freeze, but Freeze using the Emperor's Divide onto Shen to put him under the tower. Hunter getting the stuns to keep him held down. Solura coming in from the side with the Kled ultimate. He's going to get stunned up by the Rel. It looks like they might just pick up the kill. They will. Wizardish is able to pick that one up. He's trying to get the poke down, but the Vayne combo with the Orianna is crazy. Vayne is somehow in the range of the tower, gets stunned by the Flash Bear slap. Kled dismounting, using the big old gun to get the kill onto Daniel Park, and Bethany actually ends up winning that team fight, getting 4 kills for only 1. No, 2, sorry, 2.
That's what I was talking about. Both teams kind of want to run at each other, and it's just a matter of who pulls the trigger first and who gets the most out of it. Wizardish with the ult snipe, not going to hit Xeno. Wizardish's spacing was really, really good. He got a little bit close to the Vayne during that fight, picked up the 3-piece in the autos, and got chunked out, had to use heal. But as a result, Bigger Noob stepped too far forward himself, picked up a turret shot, and some really high-quality bear slaps going in there from Hunter to keep people in turret range long enough for Bethany Esports to capitalize. And that's just a really well-played fight on Bethany Esports side when they were kind of behind at the beginning of that. They had to regroup.
Carbon deal, finding the wards. Hollywood being stuck in a lot of the middle of everything for a lot of these fights. Freeze pushing out Vayne now. Solera still trying to find his remount here. There we go. Is that the Sir Kled? That's the
I believe
night
so,
one.
yes. Are you going to complain about Bigger Noob using the base Vayne skin now too?
No. This is just one of my favorite champions. I like
Okay.
the skins.
Okay, that's fair.
I like
guess.
that they're using Sir Knight Kled. I like the ultimate sound. It's like the electric guitar coming in. Sounds dope. Like
the Halloween one.
The Halloween one's in Oregon.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Because it's the vampire and everything.
Well, this should be first turret going down. They've got more than enough.
Oh, it looks like the team fight's breaking out here. Hollywood tried to knock Xeno out of the team fight. Wizard is trying to get the follow-up damage. Shockwave landing onto Wizard as Hunter trying to get out, but he's really low. Wizard's really low. He's going to get knocked down. Hunter's going to make his way out. Looks like Shen's fighting Solura out on the side there. Freeze trying to get the damage out here. A little back and forth. So trying to converge on a Solura, but it looks like everyone's going to back out. So ultimately, Bethany lose one member. Still ahead by about 3K gold. Illinois going to try to take the mid lane tower. Freeze getting the blue buff so he can hold the wave. Everybody back where they need to be now. Gold in general. Advantages for Bethany across the board just about.
Solura's got himself 1,000 gold lead in the top lane alone. He's 2-0-2. The Shen Stand United is keeping him relatively close, even though he has to leave lane. And pretty much everything else is about the same, erring a little bit on the side of Bethany Esports being ahead. With the exception of the jungle, I should say. 1,300 gold lead for Hunter. I feel like these games are a lot of sitting in lane doing nothing, punctuated by brief periods of intense action. There's not a whole lot of skirmishing going on now that the first couple of turrets are down.
No, and I expect that most of these will just be straight up team fights from here out for the rest of the game because that's what both teams want to do. Every time Bethany skirmishes, they lose actually, so it'd be in their best interest to just keep the team fight solid and not as much skirmishing. Dragon not spawning for over a minute here.
Vayne does have Kraken Slayer completed. Ezreal's build we talked about before doesn't really go mythic super early, so he still does not have his mythic item, but he's stacking that Murrow. He's got Sheen and a Caulfields.
Freeze trying to hold the wave. Hunter has now joined. He's trying to run in here. He's Smite coming in from Daniel Park to keep the Udyr away. Wave's just still continuing to farm here, waiting for the next team fight, which would be at a Dragon. Led all inning here. Solera trying to get the damage. Bear Trap pulls. Teleport up for Solera. No other TPs up on the map. Dragon spawning in less than a minute here.
Quacker does have his ultimate, which is basically a teleport.
That's true, yep. He does have Ignite up, though, too, for the team fight. Actually, both Ignites for Illinois are up at this point.
It is interesting that he would take Ignite, and now he's behind in lane. He isn't really necessarily winning all of these little skirmishes they have back and forth. He didn't get kill pressure in lane. So I don't know. I feel like this is a matchup where maybe it would be better to have TP, but he seems to really like having Ignite on his Shen, so...
Carbon almost catching out Freeze there. Dragon should be up in about 15, 20 seconds.
I think Solura is like 80% hitting his Bear Trap on a ropes on Quacker right now.
I would say 90.
It's impressive. We keep going up top, and every time we look at him, he's hitting a Bear Trap.
Good damage from the Ezreal. Ezreal did actually go tier build, so he went Essence Reaver into tier. Interesting choice. It's going to add for a lot of Q damage, that's for sure. Illinois squaring up for Dragon. It has spawned. It is Infernal Soul. Not Soul Point, but it's the Infernal Dragon. Here comes Solura. Kled ultimate coming through. They're charging to zone away. They started up the Dragon. They now have the advantage. Rel looking for the engage, but the counter engage coming from Hollywood. Stand United coming in. Rel jumping in with a great ultimate. Lots of stuns going in. Freeze trying to get away. Olaf trying to catch him into the back line. Olaf catching out. Udyr in the back does get the kill onto that. Bigger Noob trying to come up to get the follow-up damage. Solura trying to kite out. Freeze finally using the ultimate, and the headbutt coming in from Alistar. Shockwave landing onto Freeze, but the kill does come through. Freeze does get the double kill. Wizardish is still alive, and there's 2 for 2 right now, but they're going to catch out Hollywood and get the kill onto him, and it is actually only a 4-4-3 in favor of Illinois.
That was a pretty intense team fight, and I feel like Wizardish wasn't able to reposition himself to be able to do a whole lot of damage, because a lot of the people in front of him were in the Shen W, and he doesn't have boots right now. So pretty much he has his Arcane Shift, and that's it for repositioning. So he didn't get a whole lot of damage in. We talked about what his items are. He's going to do a lot of Q damage. They count as auto attacks. So as long as you're standing in the Shen W, you're fine. Freeze had to run for his life because Daniel Park was charging at him. And really good job from Zeno to not use his ultimate too early in that fight. Held it so they could secure the kill on Freeze and pick up the Dragon.
Yeah, ultimately front-to-back team fighting is about where you want to be right now if you're Bethany. Maybe the Kled flank or the Udyr flank, but having Ezreal on the side was definitely a hurting factor in that team fight. Hunter going to clear out this wave. Going to try to get the Shen. He does have Freeze behind him. Uses the smite to get him to taunt away.
I think he's going to get a whole lot out of this. The turret's still up. He had a lot of minion
forcing them
damage.
back. Rift Herald now getting picked up by Illinois. Lands the stun onto Shen. Just laid the ward. Feels bad. Hollywood now showing up as well to help with this. They can't. I imagine you're not going to dive that tower. That's a tanky Shen.
It would be an interesting call. They've got Alistar headbutt. He has the ultimate.
There's the headbutt. The stun does come through. Ezalt actually hits perfectly. Azir gets the kill. Actually a great dive. Never mind. I didn't think they'd do so much damage so fast. 4 and 2 and 3 on this Azir here for Freeze. Doing a great job.
Ezreal got his own little bit of gold in there from too far away, and this is an interesting ult.
Oh, he lands the bear trap on a rope. The flash coming in from Zeno. Shockwave does land on the Solura. He's going to have to go in to try to get the remount, but the Ignite and the W from Orianna is enough to kill him on that. He is going to maybe pick up the tower here. You have to wait for his next wave. Rift Herald was used mid lane, and Bethany was able to finally catch up to that. They did not lose their second tier tower, but it did take a lot of damage. Illinois, though, does have the inside track. They could catch out Freeze here, or they could rotate mid.
Zeno better be careful. Ezalt is almost up. He might get sniped. Really low on health.
Illinois is trying to get something. Oh, it looks like Vayne's back in. That's what they're doing. Bigger Noob getting out of there. Freeze going to find Carbon. Does get away. So now we play the ward game.
Yeah, now we play the ward game. I was going to say it's a lot of information that Freeze just got by face-checking that brush. Luckily, there wasn't a whole lot of people there waiting for him, but he knew that the Rel was up there. They suspected that they had a couple of people up top, but you know the Rel's up there. You know Rel's probably not too far away from Vayne, so you know exactly where everybody's at, and you can sort of get your control set up for the Dragon Pit. Coming up, I think, pretty soon. I don't actually have a timer in front of me, but right now, farm from the ADCs is dead even. Ezreal still does not have his mythic item. He's got another Caulfields. He does have his boots.
The Muramana, and the Man Immune is very close to Muramana. It might be one more Q, actually. I think he's 3 away.
Also notably,
there it is.
Rel went for Deadman's instead of finishing her mythic item.
Probably just to get those engages.
Yeah, that seems like just a general, I want to go faster all the time.
Well, it looks like Illinois is looking to go up mid lane here. Freeze does have teleport, and the rest of Bethany was on the flank, so they're definitely waiting for it. Going to try to catch out Freeze on a rotation here. Rel coming in for the engage on the side here. Freeze is also behind, so it's like a double counter here. He does see him, and it puts him in the mid lane, so he can hold the wave now. Cracker starting to back. Udyr trying to pick out Xeno.
Dragon will be up in under a minute. Kled is going top lane. He will have TP. He's got it right now. Shen looks to be in the bot lane, so might not need to TP, but wouldn't be able to TP. Would have to ult in anyway, but you know, if he doesn't have to ult, he can just walk over.
Great damage from Freeze there. Xeno trying to look for the shockwave. He is going to miss. Flash coming up from Freeze and the drag away. Encounter engage coming in from Hollywood. Carbon's not going to have any follow-up. The damage coming in from Freeze. He is going to go down. Going to try to ult the Olaf, but it's going to walk through, but he is going to die to his death. Here comes the Kled ultimate for the follow-up. The whole team's going to charge in. Wizardish dashing in, flashing in. He's going to get the kill. Double kill for Wizardish. Bigger Noob going to get taken down there by Hunter. He's going to get the kill. They're going to finish this tower. Baron is spawned. Dragon is spawned, and they're going to go for the Baron.
Oh, don't you love it when a plan comes together? Freeze, I guarantee, was baiting that the whole way. He definitely wasn't about to get caught out. But in all honesty, really good job of not getting yourself killed in that situation. The spatial awareness to know, hey, they're probably right over that wall, keeping himself safe. And then the re-engage from Bethany Esports.
They're actually going for both right now. They're doing Dragon and they're doing Baron. So it's very interesting. They send their jungler actually to Dragon because they know that that's the one that they're going to get. Shen's trying to kill. He is probably going to kill Hunter. Early smite coming through to stay alive. Ult coming in from Ezreal. The stun coming in. You're going to die, Hunter. Hunter's going to go down. Here comes Rel going to follow up to kill Alistar, and Alistar is going to go down. Freeze coming in. Doesn't get the Q to shuffle in all the way. Thank the Lord, because he's probably going to get picked now. He doesn't have his ultimate yet. He's going to get caught. He's going to get Shockwave. He is going to get killed, so that's a shutdown. 3 members no longer have Baron, and Dragon is going to go to Illinois.
The split call to go for Dragon and Baron is continuing.
And now Solura's going to get caught out. Oh my goodness, Eli, this is ridiculous. The shield coming in from Sterix. He's going to get over the wall. He's going to get chased down and killed. Wizardish, you better start running because now you have 1 Baron on your team, and Bethany has completely thrown this advantage that they had.
Now Bethany Esports going to lose this Dragon anyway. They probably were going to lose it. Big damage. The true shot
Here
barrage.
comes Hunter running in. A lot of low people. Flash Bear slap. He's going to get the stun. Oh, the headbutt, but the stun stops him from knocking him up. Hollywood going to get chunked down, and he's going to go down. Wizard is getting a lot of damage. Oh, the E forward. Get that follow-up damage. Xeno coming in for the kill, and Wizard gets the damage to kill him. Double kill, triple kill. And now here's Daniel Park getting the Dragon, and they're trying to stop it. Azir coming in. Not going to get the Dragon, but he's going to Sarima shuffle the Olaf up, and they're going to kill them. And it is a Bud Light ace, and Bethany actually saved by the bell. They're okay. I was wrong, and it looks like they're probably going to maybe get a double inhibitor on this push.
Overstaying appears to be the name of the game right now. You won the fight. You just go pick up Dragon. You don't need to fight at a disadvantage. Again, they decided to split. They sent the Olaf down to pick up the Dragon, and they were going to siege mid. But they kind of just forgot that Wizardish was still alive. And props to him, by the way, for holding the line on that turret. They lose the turret, but they get all 5 kills back. So even though they lost the Dragon, they probably shouldn't have had the Dragon to begin with anyway, because they went for the Baron. So they're still going to get a lot out of this Baron power play, and they're still in the driver's seat of this game. They're up 7K gold, 6 turrets to 4. Just maybe play a little bit smarter so you don't get caught out doing silly things after you have an advantage.
Illinois resetting here, getting all their vision control before they get pressured everywhere. Bethany going to have to do the side lane game now while their mid lane pushes in.
Wizardish did go Dark Harvest, by the way, so those Ezreal Qs are going to hurt. They're going to, well, at least the first one's going to hurt quite a bit. He's 8-1 and 9, 219 farm. He's very strong, so everyone's going to go forward and try to give him space to operate.
Bethany clearing up the ward, starting their push. Wizardish is in the top lane. Going to start pushing that out here. All of Illinois in the mid lane minus the Shen. He's down taking the first tier bot tower.
Titanic Hydra just going to work on the turret.
Illinois trying to get the inside track on the mid lane here. If Bethany just peels off of this, they have an exposed inhibitor, so Illinois could actually do something there. So they're going to have to be careful because they could just run in and take that. They have the inside track. Here they go. Kled looking to maybe rotate back to mid lane, but Oriana, Zeno, he is breaking off for this tower. All right, they're all breaking off for the second tier bot. The rest of Bethany was forced to back. But it looks like they might be able to get a flank on this and get an engage. Illinois is not really in a position to make this happen. Great ultimate from Wizardish, getting good damage. This is kind of the engage you're going to want to see now if you can make it happen. Looks like they're following, and Hunter's going around. He's looking for his flank. Here comes the Kled ultimate. He goes in. Double knockup from Hollywood. Counter engage from Rel. Great Emperor's Divide from Azir to push everybody back. Carbon Dio tries to go over to get the kill, but Bethany Esports just does too much damage. Huge triple man shockwave from Zeno at that point, and Wizards flashes in for the extra damage. Stand United comes in to try to save the Oriana. He's not going to be able to save him. Maybe solo. The Q blocked by the minion for Ezreal. Wizardish is going to pick up the kill on the Shen. Here comes Hunter. He's bloodthirsty, but Wizardish is going to use the True Shot Barrage to get the final kill. Vayne trying to get the damage. Hunter, oh my lordy, he is going to go down. And Big Noob is going to roll forward. Alistar is going to knock him up. Triple kill for Wizardish. That's going to be another Bud Light ace. And Bethany Esports is going to take the game.
Wizardish does so much damage, and right now Illinois cannot get onto to do anything about it.
Not at all. Solera trying to run decoy. Stand United coming. Well, I think that was Stand United coming in again. No, he's still
Oriana
dead.
Ball?
Maybe.
No,
Yeah,
Oriana wasn't
purple effects anyway. But Bethany Esports is going to take game number 3 here against Illinois, making the score 2-1 in this best of 5. And there's the end of the game.
They were gonna win.
Yeah, we assumed that they won that there. So great game from them. Like I said, 2-1 is the score for Bethany Esports over Illinois. And we'll go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be going into Champ Select for game number 4.
wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
What I try to do is, and when I talk to people about these, is that it combines a lot of different disciplines. Graphic arts, that's something that started at Bethany for me, literally Photoshop 1, so your graphic arts, your woodworking, which I got from my father, electronics, electrics, all that kind of thing are combined to make these sort of things. Yeah, there's lots of games on them, and yeah, they're lots of fun. And yes, you can play forever, but it's the design, the build. That's what I enjoy doing the most. I also really enjoy the nostalgia fact of it. You go back. A lot of you guys are playing League of Legends right now, which it's an amazing game. But in 20 years, there'll be something even more amazing, But it's always nice to look back or go back and see, hey, let's play Super Mario Brothers, or hey, let's play Donkey Kong from 1981. I would love to come here now as a student. It's amazing. It's amazing that the fact that you can do and have this and provide this kind of environment, competitive environment, the best stuff. Competing on a national level, you can't beat that. Yeah, so I think it's fantastic.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata.
All right, everybody, welcome back to game number 4 of Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. We're just in Champ Select here. Want to do a quick shout out. Player of the game from last game. We left so quick we forgot to mention that it's actually going to be Wizardish.
He did so much work, especially late in that game, absolutely decimating all of University of Illinois. And I was a little confused when we came to the screen because the Darius got banned first. We're actually switching sides this game. We've been the same sides every game except for now we're going to be opposite. And because of the side switch, I guess, Illinois does not feel like they need to ban the Galio anymore.
Yeah, I actually said the same thing. I was like, oh, like Illinois banned Darius. Nope, we've switched sides. So Tristana and Rel ban actually going out for the side of Illinois. They don't want Bethany to first pick Rel, which opens the Seraphine ban up to Bethany as well. And now maybe they could still ban the Galio if Illinois wanted to, but we'll have to see what they choose to do. Is Freeze the big Galio player? Is that why they're banning Galio, I imagine?
I don't actually know.
I doubt it's a support pick, so Freeze must... I didn't really see...
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Thresh is getting banned away there. They're going to leave the Galio up. We'll see if it's picked.
Well,
you know,
maybe
if that's
we'll
what Freeze, that's what he's going to pick, then great. But we'll see. Big team fighting and global pressure is definitely something that Bethany excels at. We'll see what they first pick here, though. Udyr getting picked by Hunter again makes a lot of sense. Did a great job in the last game.
Udyr wins games. A lot of the time. What University of Illinois prioritizes this time around, since they are actually the ones banning the Rel.
They're going to pick Olaf, it looks like. Interested to see what they use to combo with it.
Notably, Olaf does not have any hard CC, so this could be a CC light team comp.
Also, thing to note, this was Illinois' choice to be red side. So they're the ones that are looking for this counter pick against either mid or top, I imagine. Karma getting picked. That could be Karma top. That's not set in stone for any role at this point. Karma top is something that's becoming more popular now with her recent buff.
She doesn't have a lot of hard counters right now, so that's pretty good as a standalone. You can flex that top, mid, or support, but I definitely think top is the most effective role that Karma goes right now. Hunter will be locking in the Nautilus for Hollywood. He's got banned away at least one of our previous games.
I'm interested to see what the rest of Bethany's pick ban is because Nautilus seems like a very early pick to choose, especially when the only champions they have are a champion that shields and an Olaf that can stop a Nautilus pull. So you don't really, like, you're picking Nautilus and you're not really countering anything at this point. So it's kind of on Illinois to pick the wrong champions and to see also how Bethany follows up with it. Kaisa would be a pretty strong pick at this point. She's really good. Ezreal obviously being picked by Wizardish there. Did a great job last game. Imagines he'll do a great job again. Second wave of bans, though, coming through.
The first game, Bethany Esports banned Morgana away. This is not a surprise to see Freeze's Azir getting banned. I was actually surprised they didn't ban it earlier. Which
obviously was a problem.
It was a problem. Freeze didn't hard carry on that champion, but obviously he was flexing his muscles a little bit. So they're going to ban that away. We'll see what their last ban is. Lucian's still available for either team that wants it. Shen's going to go away. They don't want Solura to use that.
Trying to remove the global pressure that they can.
the interesting thing about these best-of-5 series is it's a real chess match to see who's hot on what champion, what are we going to pick up. We're flipping sides. The All-Star's going to get banned away because they're pretty sure that Karma's not going to be the support. So pretty safe ban there. With Rel and Thresh already gone, do you see him pick up Janna again? They don't have the support that played Janna earlier. Looks like maybe they're just going to throw the Karma as the support, and Renekton's going to go
counter pick their mid laner. Now Bethany's turn to pick. Teemo being hovered.
I don't want to say they're not going to play it, but I don't think this is a legitimate hover. I don't know. Maybe maybe Salura just feels like he can play Teemo into Renekton and.
Oh,
an Alawi pick.
All right.
This is interesting.
Oh, wait a second. Now I'm more confused. So Alawi mid. No. Okay,
No,
there
no,
we
no,
go.
no,
I was like,
no.
wait, hold up. We got to talk. All right, Cassiopeia being hovered. Eli, when is the last time you saw an Alawi?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I would imagine it was probably in a late night ARAM, and I don't remember it. I don't think I've seen an Alawi in a normal game in a really long time, so this is an interesting pickup. I also like the Cassiopeia. It's a lot of zone control. And
especially because Olaf and Renekton are very close quarters. Although that Orianna pick is a good counter, good zone control from Ori to get the shockwave on a lot of those champions. All in all, good picks across the board from both sides. Should be an exciting game, all things considered. I would say a lot of team fighting on both sides again, so we're probably in for the exact same kind of games that we've been this whole time. Yeah. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be in Game 4. So stay tuned. See you soon.
Wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-Dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above. Like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
All right, and we are back into game number 4 of Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. We got a 5-man stack coming out, fanning out, trying to defend all of the sides. Although we do have Hollywood way down in the bot lane to see if there's any late invades coming around from those alcove bushes.
I don't think we're going to see a whole lot going around. A little bit of dancing mid lane. I'm going to save the fighting for a couple minutes in. Even though Bethany Esports does have pretty good CC for level 1, they don't actually have a ton of damage to follow it up. So obviously they're content to wait it out, and the University of Illinois just doesn't have that much crowd control early on enough that they can feel confident they can get a kill out of this. So they're just going to dance around mid, wait it out. While we're at the break, I was kind of thinking about Bethany's team comp, and it feels like there's a golden situation where you land a Nautilus hook into a bear slap, into a venom pool, and then nobody or that person can't get away. And that's kind of like your golden pick scenario. It almost never works out the way you planned, but that might be kind of what they're going for. But certainly Olaf can just ignore all of that, and he doesn't actually get affected by the pool at all, does he? He gets slowed and that's it? He doesn't have any flash. He doesn't have any dashes.
Nope.
So Olaf's just going to run right through it anyway.
But if Olaf is behind and squishy, he's just going to get melted by it.
And notably, if he uses his ult, he loses the bonus armor and magic resist he gets from his passive in exchange for the crowd control buster.
Which I believe you were the person that told me that the other day. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's always been a thing.
It's always been a thing, and I just never realized that he loses armor and MR when he uses his ulti. Over my head. But we learn.
It plays it. The ult's called Ragnarok, and that's you're trying to get to Ragnarok. You're fighting to the death. So
makes sense.
Why would you care if you live? It's the path of the Viking.
Hollywood landing a hook out onto Carbon. Good counter engage though coming in from Illinois. Hollywood getting chunked out. The Ignite coming through actually. Not going to kill him. Freeze dueling with Zeno. Zeno's got the shield though, so he gets to get the free trade back onto them. Eli, where are your eyes at this game? What are we looking for here?
I'm really interested in how this Alawi lane is going to go, because we know how much of a bully Renekton can be and how much he is right now, just the state of the game. And
Alawi's a bully too. I mean, she in a laning phase can actually be really lethal.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of that is facilitated by Alawi's E. I don't remember the name of the ability because I haven't cared about Alawi in a long enough time to remember it. But if she misses, oftentimes she's going to lose those lane trades. But if she's hitting that ability, then it's a miserable experience if you're going against her. So I think you're going to see a lot of Quacker playing inside of his own minions and just punishing whenever Alawi walks up to get her minions as opposed to running her down past the fact.
Looks like Hunter was being invaded there. Illinois got the top lane Scuttle Crab, but Hunter running straight to the bot side. Looks like he might be trying to take the bot side Scuttle Crab. Yep. Dragon is going to be spawning in about a minute 10. 5 minutes, right?
I think so.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes sounds right.
Couldn't remember if it was 5 or 5:30.
Hunter would know better than I would.
Yeah. We'll find out when he takes it.
Yep.
When he sneaks it. So
when he's killed Dragon, it's probably been up for about 20 seconds. So Hollywood did land that hook early in the lane, but got absolutely punished for it. And then we immediately snapped up to Freeze getting punished for taking that trade. So early tangoing going the way of University of Illinois.
I'm going to say it's so quiet in the top lane. Quacker going in, though.
That stun lasts a really long time when he's got his rage up.
Not in the range of any of the tentacles, unfortunately. I think now it's bugging me because I think the name of her E ability, it's something about like soul or I don't know. I can't think of what it is. I can't remember what you call it when she pulls like the soul out. Like that thing is called something, and that's what it is. And it's like not essence, but I'll think of it. Grabs it, pulls it out there with the E, does get the damage on. Quacker's going to have to back off. A lot of chunk damage going to come through onto him from that.
Worth noting that,
Ooh, Hollywood landing the chunk out onto the Kaisa. She's going to flash away. Hunter going through, trying to get the finish damage. He's in tower range when he was stunned, though. Ignite coming through. Wizard is trying to get the last bit of damage, but Kaisa is going to heal from the precision tree. Olaf coming down for a counter gank now. This doesn't look so good for Hollywood. He might have his hook up. He's going to use it to pull Olaf in. Teleport coming through. Daniel Park, though, going to kill Hollywood. Here's Cassiopeia looking for a kill. She could just go for the Olaf easily. Wizard just gets a pickup kill onto that. And that's all they're going to get. And it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Illinois.
Kind of got that fight turned on their heads. They looked like they had something going there. Got counter-engaged on, and Illinois got the better of that exchange, which just feels like how this early game is going to go. You really need Ezreal to get one or two of those items, but then once he gets going, he gets going.
Lura getting the farm under the tower pretty well here. Hunter taking the dragon. I did notice the spawn at 5 minutes, by the way. I forgot to mention it, but
Hunter was a little late rotating over to remind us.
Looks like Illinois is coming in, though. Hollywood trying to zone off. Freeze zoning out. He doesn't have a lot of mana, though, so he can't really keep up this fight. Daniel backing off. Daniel Park backing off, that is. Blue team slaying the dragon. Bethany gets out. Axe going on to Wizardess. Doesn't have a lot of mana to use his E to get out. He's probably going to get taken down here by Xeno. Hollywood going down too. Wizardess is going to go down. That's 2 kills picked up for Illinois. Bethany did get the dragon. Alawi's E is called Test of Spirit for those of you who were dying to know. So we have figured that out.
All right. Yeah, so that trade in the dragon fight, we saw something very similar to that in Game 2 when University of Illinois won because they went and got an objective, but then Illinois got 2 kills, got a gold lead. Next little fight comes, University of Illinois gets 2 kills and more of a gold lead. And it just sort of stacked on top of each other. And I don't think Bethany ever got like 5 kills. Got past 5 kills in that game. So again, this is on Bethany Esports to not necessarily stop the bleeding this early, but don't let Illinois get rolling off of this. They're already down almost 2K gold at 7.5 minutes. That's actually pretty significant. Hunter gonna smite away.
Smite away the Skull Crab. Shockwave landing on the Freeze in the mid lane, gives up the thumbs up. Carbon is coming in now, gets the root onto him. Here comes Quacker, forced to flash out from Freeze. Hunter trying to see if he can find the slap, but he's going to have to back off. All in all, a flash away from Freeze. Nothing expended on the side of Illinois. Quacker going to rotate back up to the top lane, and Carbon is on the top side now. That leaves the 80 carries alone in the bot lane. Bug. Lowy pulls the soul out. That was a visual bug if I ever saw one.
It looked a little weird.
It's like, what's she doing? Oh, that tentacle is just in the max range. Looks like Illinois is going to start up the Rift Herald here. Hunter is in the area, but he might be taking the blue buff, it looks like, to give that to Freeze. Rift Herald is going to go on the side of Illinois. Wizardess just trying to keep this pushed in, trying to keep the farm away from the Kaisa.
I don't actually know what mythic item Cassiopeia would go. I would imagine it's Leandri's, right? Because you want dots on dots on dots. but is it something like Proto Belt to get a little bit closer for the ult?
Get a little movement speed,
you know,
little maneuvers.
Kind of hard to say. I guess we'll see. We're going to learn a little bit. Freeze is going to teach a lesson today. I assume Malawi goes
Gore Drinker.
Gore Drinker, right?
Yeah.
Either Gore Drinker or Stride
Yeah,
Breaker?
Gore or Stride. I would say probably Gore Drinker because she's going to be caught in the middle with no mobility. So I guess Stride Breaker makes sense to give her a little bit more oomph with her engage, but at the same time, Gore Drinker would be very valuable just to keep her sustain up so she can just keep fighting.
Is there a world where she goes with a tank mythic item?
It's very possible, but I would imagine that you picked Alawi to do some damage, and I think your mythic has to at least be something on the lines of damage item.
I was just thinking maybe a Frostfire Gauntlet would be kind of interesting.
I guess so, yeah.
So I guess we'll have to see.
I feel like having like a Gore Drinker Sterix would give you like as much tank as you want, but you would also do a lot of damage. Freeze getting Xeno here. Doing a little switcher with him in the lane. Hunter is here. Try to do a gank, but Xeno shot out the side. Gold, only 1.5K gold difference here in favor of Illinois at this point. We're 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes in. CS differences back and forth on all sides of the map here. And mostly in favor of Illinois minus the bot lane. Wizardish getting himself a good lead. 100 stacks onto the Ezreal tier.
Not a whole lot going on when the objectives are down.
Dragon is spawning up in less than a minute. Saw the hourglass pop up there. And if we know Bethany Esports, they'll be there ready to fight. So whether or not they're ready for it, they'll be there. Solura catching out Quacker here. Has a good position. Quacker can't fight her in that area because Tentacle spawning in that spot would just nuke that Renekton.
Worth noting that when you hit your Test of Spirit, it pulls a Spirit out, and that is coded as a champion. So when Alawi hits her ult, the Spirit will cause another Tentacle to spawn off of that. That wouldn't necessarily be there if she had missed the ability. So on top of taking more damage from having the clone out there, it's going to spawn another Tentacle that does more damage, and it's just exponentially more damage as you go along.
Solura does have advantage in the top lane, but Dragon is going to go down to Illinois here. Looks like Bethany was not able to get any counterattacks on that. No picks are able to come through either.
Just a little bit late getting over in the first place.
Like Wizardish had backed for some items and wasn't able to get there in time. Essence Reaver is finished by the Ezreal. 120 some stacks on the tier. Kaisa has 3 kills and has her Kraken Slayer. That's a pretty good spot for her to be, but she's about 1 item away from being really relevant. No mythics finished yet on the side of Bethany.
Alawi opting for the armor boots once again, and it makes sense because you're into a Renekton and the jungler's an Olaf. And we have a pause.
Looks like Hunter has left the game. Gonna assume that's must be a visual bug or some kind of maybe internet lag issues for him. So we're gonna have to just wait and see this out, however long this is gonna take. He's reconnected. So far, so good on the side of Bethany. I mean,
is it
fair? You know, 1K down. That's not a huge deal, and they've definitely slowed the game. They didn't go so like in a previous game, like in the second game when they lost, they went like they lost the fight. They kept going for fights and they kept getting farther behind. Now, you know, they lost the fight. They got the dragon, but they lost the fight. But they're not rushing into anything right now. Like they've slowed the brakes, they've chilled. They're just going to wait to see like when they have the power to like go in and do another fight, which is really good from them because like we said in our keys to the game, don't dig yourself in a hole. Well, they're in a hole, but they're not digging deeper into the hole. You know, it's still easy to climb out. You're not that far behind. 1.5K is nothing. I mean, that's if you ace them in a team fight, now you're ahead. You know, 1.5K. So that's really no big deal.
That plays into they weren't around for the dragon fight. They don't feel like they can win a fight over there right now, so don't contest it. You give up 1 dragon, it's not that big of a deal.
Right. You know. And as far as the Salawi pick, like how this is going for us, I would say right now, nothing, obviously. You kind of hope that she'd have a solo kill, but it looks like she's not doing a lot of damage to Renekton yet. Renekton seems to be able to do even trades and tank it up.
But also, the danger of how good Alawi is at turning ganks on their heads, because if you go in, that's more fuel for the fire. When she hits her test of spirit, there's 2 champions, and then she ults. There's at least 4 tentacles, not even including what's already up in the top lane. So he gets to sit up there. They don't get a lot of gank pressure. It puts a little bit more pressure on the rest of the map, just kind of naturally, but he doesn't have to worry about anything happening.
As far as the bot lane is considered, that's the one thing that we haven't talked about yet. The only lane that's actually going in favor gold-wise for Bethany is bot lane with Ezreal.
Which is interesting because Kai'Sa, I believe, has 3 kills and has her mythic item completed, whereas Ezreal, obviously, we talked about that build. He's going 2 legendary items before he goes his mythic item, and obviously that gets him to a point where he gets to be really, really strong. But for the moment, he's going to sit behind. He does have his tier, and he's got an Essence Reaver, so he didn't complete the Mermana? Is that the first one? Mermana turns into Manamune.
Manamune turns into Mermana. I'm positive.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Ghost being popped by the Daniel Park. Hunter going to get caught up by the Shockwave. Ultimate coming in from the Kai'Sa. Flash over the wall from Hollywood, and oh my gosh, I didn't even see how any of these people got here. Looks like Teleport came in from Quackers at one point to set all of that up, and that's just 1 kill for Illinois there. Alawi head back, so she doesn't have any pressure on top side of the map at this point. I hate Karma. Daniel Park was looking to dive, and we got double TP coming in from Bethany right now. Here comes Salura. Grounded effect coming out to zone out. He gets the soul. Gonna do some damage. Kai'Sa needing to pull that away. Ezreal does his damage. See if he got some chunk damage. Quacker going in though. No follow-up yet. Hollywood getting chunked, but he gets land the ultimate to get the knockup. Salura pulling the soul out from him. Zeno got a kill onto Hollywood. Good dodge from Wizardish on the Kai'Sa.
That was so close to a situation where Bethany was going to wipe the floor with University of Illinois, but Freeze couldn't find that flash alt angle. It was really well done by the University of Illinois. They kind of kited around it. Maybe a questionable decision by Hollywood to keep walking at the other team when he had no health, but in that situation, you're willing to die if you can get another pick, kick off more of the team fight, and find your way to win the actual fight. But as a result, Zeno's going to pick up a kill, get a little bit stronger. Freeze doing some chunk damage. Zeno better be careful.
He's going in. He got the kill. Zeno had flash. Freeze had flash too, but great solo kill there. Gives him the thumbs up. Love to see it. That's huge for Bethany. If Freeze can now, he's getting going. He's a late game champion. He's scaling early. Looks like he's going to get rolling now. Actually, I'm looking at his items right now, and I can't off the top of my head think. Nope, Everfrost. Okay, yeah, you bought Everfrost. I was going to say, I think it's Loons or Everfrost is what he's building. So interesting they went with Everfrost, I guess, just to help with the peeling, like the self-kite when everyone starts to dive them. So I haven't seen a Cassiopeia in a while, so by all means, I'm excited to see what becomes of this. Salura, looks like he's going to get it. He's going to use the ultimate, but Quackers is immediately going to jump away. So mainly using the ultimate for poke damage at that point. Bit preemptive there, but it looks like Illinois is taking the Rift Herald right now. No dragon spawning up anytime soon here. What soul are we at? Is it going to be, is it Cloud Soul? I think so.
Yeah.
Cloud Soul is a good soul for Udyr to have. Shockwave landing on a freeze just for the poke damage, basically.
Also for poke damage.
Oh, yeah. In this game, it is.
Strikebreaker used to get away.
Grabbing the spirit there. Ultimately, yeah, having even Alawi would like to have a Cloud Soul even, but Udyr, that's great on. Cassiopeia, that's great on. Nautilus, once you proc the ult on somebody, you basically get to run them down. You don't even have to use the hook. Now you just run them down and auto them for the guaranteed hook, practically.
Israel did pick up Tier 1 boots a little bit earlier this game. We talked about last game how he couldn't navigate his way around a team fight because the character was just too slow, but opted to get the boots before finishing his tier item. And that should be moving into what I'm told is Manamune first, right? Did I get that right? Yep. I remember.
Transforms to Muramana.
I've got a good memory, and I remember things that were told to me 3 minutes ago.
Dragging up in less than a minute. During the break, you and I talked about how there was no CS lead in any of the Bethany lanes other than for Ezreal. Well, guess what? Now Alawi has the lead. The jungle technically has the lead, but basically tied. Mid has the lead, and bot still has the lead, and the support has the lead. So you know what? Look how quickly things swing. And actually, it's only a 500 gold lead now for Illinois, so actually swinging pretty well. Daniel Park going in on Hollywood, though. Hunter trying to peel back, but the Ragnarok's preventing any of that. Hollywood is going to die here. Flash from Wizardish does get stunned, but he is probably able to maybe walk away. Shockwave is going to pull him in. And here comes Alawi. He's going to pull the Spirit with the ultimate. Big damage onto the Soul, but everybody else flashed out. Bear flash slap onto the Karma grounded. She can't flash away. Freeze is going to pick up a kill into that. Rekton trying to come in on the Cassiopeia. She tries to freeze out the Kaisa, but she's just out of range. Solura is going to get the kill, though, onto Kaisa. Surprisingly, shutdown kill actually goes to Freeze. Solura trying to get some follow-up damage. Great Q chunk onto the Orianna. He wants more, but he's so far away. The heal just is not enough, and Daniel Park is going to pick up the kill at the last second. I don't even remember how many people died on both sides. 3 for 2 in favor of Bethany.
Freeze navigated his way around that fight so beautifully, and even when he's flashing away, he got the Everfrost proc off to root the Kaisa, and was able to pick up that kill as well, immediately making use of that item right as soon as he gets it. Now he's got 302, 173 farm. Freeze is really strong right now and should provide a nice bridge into Wizardish getting his power spike.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Freeze did damage. He had 1 kill. Well, now he has 3 kills. So he's going to back. He's going to buy some items, and boy, oh boy, is he going to do all the damage in this next fight for sure. That grounded on the Karma was so good. Like, she could not move, she could not flash, nothing. And it worked out pretty well.
Really plays against Illinois' style of just sort of running at everybody. I mean, that's how that fight started. They were running down Hollywood. Hollywood couldn't get away. He used the dredge line to get as far as he could, and Olaf was still coming. And so they know that they're going to get run at. Why not have somebody just say, yeah, come at me. Let's see what you got. I'm going to do so much damage. Do you have the defenses, or can you kill me in time? And obviously, in that fight, Illinois could not.
We might be squared up here in the blue side of the jungle here. Hunter going to have to start running away. Illinois pushing out Bethany out of their jungle here, but Bethany's still sticking around. They're kind of seeing what they could get. Bigger Noob shoving out mid. Carbon Dio getting the catch onto Hunter. He's trying to run to catch him, but Hollywood catching out Karma here, gets a kill. Easy kill pickup. Freeze getting an assist on that one. That's more. Hunter still trying to run down Zeno. Zeno looking for it, gets the shockwave. He's going to hit big mega damage, and he's going to get the kill onto Hunter. Freeze trying to Everfrost away, but the teleport coming here from Renekton. He's got the movement speed and the ball, so he's going to go hamskis on this guy right now. Hollywood trying to slow him up, but Quackster's trying to go for Freeze. Hollywood trying to kite him out. Quacker might have been better just for going for Hollywood, but they are going to end up picking both kills up. And he's going to be pretty low. He's going to have to be forced to back at this point. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Solura is not pushing very quickly, and Wizardish is taking the tower, but he's not going to get it at this point. He might be able to catch out Kites here in a 1v1. She is behind him. He's going to have to hit a lot of abilities to win that one, though. Tier 2 top, meanwhile, is going to go to Illinois. Hunter is respawned. He's coming back out on the map.
This really feels like one of those games where if you're the one running away and you don't have anyone to run to, you're just going to lose. Because everybody's got enough movement speed buffs, and tools to catch up to everyone. If you're running away, you might as well be dead in the water. So when Bethany Esports has their team spread out like they did, allowing the bot lane, a couple people in middle, they weren't able to turn that fight into anything, and I got to give a lot of credit to Hollywood and Freeze. They did a lot of damage to that Renekton. Hollywood played it really well, kind of faking back and forth, but it wasn't enough. They couldn't get to the turret. They couldn't get away. They lost their Tier 2 top turret, and I don't think, no, they didn't knock down the Tier 1 mid for it. So another good catch from University of Illinois.
Wards being cleared out around the map.
Moonstone has been completed by Karma, and that's going to supply his team with a lot of healing they didn't have before. And that item is ridiculous, to be honest.
Alawi did end up going Divine Sunderer.
Okay. I suppose we should have probably considered that one.
Yep. Solura going to get the soul actually pick onto Karma. Big damage coming onto that. But she's Karma, so she's just going to shield and heal with Moonstone. Because why not? Sorry, I really don't like Karma. Not a fun and interactive champion.
Bethany Esports spending a lot of time up by this Baron just trying to get vision control. maybe trying to find a pick onto somebody. But the downside to the Test of Spirit from Malawi is that it isn't actually hard CC. You're pulling a Spirit out, and so you can't really actually get a pick off of that.
All it really does is it slows if you kill it, or it slows if they walk out of it. It's a good slow, but it's not really what you need. Haven't really seen, we had the ultimate in the last fight, so she did do some stuff, but we haven't really seen the big ultimate wombo on the enemy team. You have to kind of ultimately use your flash for that as Alawi to get into the team to use it. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. Dragon's in less than a minute. Now would be a great time to use it, to try it out here, so might be able to see the action. Fighting in the river is exactly what she wants to do, and if she gets in there, get nice and cozy around the dragon, and the second that Olaf comes in and the dragon's almost dead, boom, use that Alawi ultimate. Make him either commit and die or make him run away.
That Ezreal Q just did so much damage to Zeno. It did like a third of his health.
He's got the Muramana now. Quackers does have the flank behind Bethany. They don't see him. Here we go. Olaf Ragnarocking in. Wizardess is going to get chunked out by him. Carbon Dio is about to die. Hunter trying to go in very low, trying to come back. Soul is going to die. Hollywood is going to die. Double kill in for Daniel Park. Here he comes, trying to go for Salura. He's still alive. Got a lot of health. He can maybe play around the tentacles well enough, but he's not able to. Freeze has slain Carbon Dio in the backside. Hunter is around the corner, and 4 dead for Bethany and only 2 for Illinois.
I didn't even see where Freeze died, but what I did see was Bethany Esports completely abandon Wizardish when Olaf was bearing down on him. I think if they kite backwards just a little bit, they're able to kill Daniel Park a lot quicker. And maybe win that team fight because they've got their long-form fight tool still alive. Unfortunately for Wizardish, he got hung out to dry a little bit. And again, I didn't see how Freeze died. Well, I know he did a little bit of damage in the middle. I saw him get an ult off.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to give a bit of coaching advice here. A little 101 here from Logan, all right? So if you'll notice in that last team fight, I had a really hard time casting it. The reason why I had a really hard time casting is because there was a lot of things going on in a lot of different parts of the screen, and the top of the screen, the bottom of the screen, all on the edge of the screen, okay? It's not the observer's fault. The problem with that is that, Bethany, you really got to close yourselves in and work together here and be in one enclosed unit. You had your carries way out in the front. You had Wizardish way out in the back getting run down by an Olaf. You had Hollywood in the middle throwing his hooks all over the place, trying to go back and forth between the two. So you got to keep yourself together, and you got to just work on one ground. Okay, and that is how you're going to get these team fights to work out, not by splitting yourselves up and letting Renekton and Olaf go fight whatever little battles that they want. Meanwhile, Daniel Park is going to catch out Freeze here. He doesn't have the ultimate or Everfrost. He's going to get chunked out because of the Ragnarok. Next target is Hunter. Kaisa ultimate can come in. She did land the W. Hollywood zoning out Olaf. He's going to back off. Wizardish using the stand. True Shot Barrage. I mean, good chunk onto Orianna, but it looks like Illinois is going to maybe be going for the Baron now. Not all hope is lost. Teleport is up for Freeze. Hunter, Bear, slap onto Renekton. He's going to try to run away. He's moving really fast. Stun going on to Hunter, though. He's caught out. He's going to get a lot of damage. Teleport coming in. This is the pick here. The Soul getting up for Alawi. She's got a good area to use her ultimate, but she's too low now to get it started. Zeno, just the hook missing there from Hollywood. They're going to get forced out. And looks like Salura is going to die there, and Baron is inevitably going to go. They don't have Salura to get into the pit to try to do any kind of team fighting. And they don't have Smite either to steal it, so this is actually going to go heavily into Illinois' favor.
University of Illinois continuing to just run people down that are a little bit out of position. Freeze thought that he could get a solo kill onto Zeno. Zeno not letting himself get locked up by the ultimate, was able to face away, and then Freeze just got run down. I mean, it's as simple as that. And then it's one of those things where sometimes you have to cut off the arm to save the body. Or cut off the hand to save the arm, whatever the expression is, because Freeze was never going to get out of that once he had missed the ultimate. So then going to try to save him is maybe the wrong play. And then overextending mid lane, trying to get a pick when they're rotating a Baron. They're not on Baron yet, so that's maybe the wrong play. Just, with all these little things about getting caught out, these little nuances that can get you in a lot of trouble.
Vision control coming up. Around the Dragon Pit here. Getting their mid and bot lane pressure. Hollywood caught out here at the Stride Breaker. That Stride Breaker buff proving to be quite a nuisance for Bethany in this game.
Olaf got himself to 7, 2, and 8. He's got the stride breaker to slow people down that he's going after. He's very, very tanky, and you know, you get a bonus. I believe you get bonus attack damage when you use Ragnarok as well. So when he's ulting at people and you're running after everybody, he's going to do a lot of damage despite building full tank, and that's kind of the dream situation for an Olaf. You know, we mentioned you lose defensive stats. Well, if you have enough defensive stats, it doesn't really matter. You're still not going to die. You can run somebody down. You got enough support coming in behind you. And once again, Zeno has been placing his ultimates really, really well this game. Ezreal still doesn't have a mythic item.
I was just going to say that. No mythic yet for Ezreal. Illinois pressuring this middle tower. Maybe wait for the next wave before to get the inhibitor. Dragon is in less than a minute. Not Soul yet for Illinois. So Bethany can give this one up. Still waiting around, try to see if they can get the inhibitor.
They're waiting for that Renekton to push up to the turret before they make their move on the inhib. A bit of a 1-4. Hunter getting
Hunter
shot.
tried to find a flank, but Zeno holding the side there. Hunter really needs to be better at playing his Udyr, riding that edge of the line for when you take damage, you engage, just kind of almost playing with the enemy team. He tends to go a little too far forward and gets lots of chunk damage onto him.
Just better be
Daniel
careful.
Park forcing himself in. Just wants to get this inhibitor. Great soul steal there from Malawi, though, forcing him to back off. Inhibitor is down, so they're going to rotate out of the bot side. Quackers has the wave prepared. Cloud Drake is up. Hunter better be careful. They're slowly moving, so over the pit they go. Bethany, it looks like they're just going to push out the mid lane. Hunter's going top side. No contest there from Bethany. I think that's the right call.
Cloud Drake, any % speed run, that might be the world record. I'm not sure. That died really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Really no shot. I think if Wizardish was to steal that, he would have had to ult before they jumped over the wall. I mean, that thing died so quick.
Eli, what is Bethany's win condition at this point in the game?
Honestly, it's hard to say. If they get a good team fight where they can protect Freeze is honestly their win condition. Or extending the game long enough to win maybe an Elder Drake. Because an Elder on Cassiopeia will absolutely shred everybody because she's got damage over time already. Also, you could just surprise me and win a team fight. That would also work. But
yeah,
from this position, I think you're playing to maybe put yourself in a spot where you can fight over the Elder Dragon or Baron buff when it comes up.
Freeze and Hunter trying to catch out Quacker. We're getting the Spirit. Teleport coming into the bot side. Here comes Orianna. Great root there from Freeze to disengage. It looks like he's going to run down Flash Stride Breaker. No root, unfortunately, coming for Quacker. Here comes Kaisa with the ultimate. Here comes Olaf in the backside, though. Freeze is going to go down. Hollywood got a great knock up there. Olaf pretty low, but Renekton's heavily diving onto Wizardish right now. Flash Bear slap onto Quackers. Going to get a lot of chunk damage there. Alawi is going to go down, though. So there's only 2 members left of Bethany, and it looks like Illinois is probably going to push this into a victory at this point.
Really well done from University of Illinois, just sort of closing the trap. And they, what did they have, 1 TP in?
Yep, so
okay,
teleport.
Renekton was just
Renekton
there. There was
TP coming in. That's the first tower going down. Looks like it's going to be the second tower going down. Wizards just trying to get rid of the minions as best he can. Double dash from Quacker coming in. He's going to get the stun on Hunter. Trying to peel with the flash slaps, but it's not going to be enough. The Nexus is going to die, and University of Illinois is going to take game number 4 against Bethany Esports. And I'd have to say that probably Daniel Park is the player of the game on that one.
Yeah, it really feels like he's the one leading the charge for University of Illinois. And so cue up the Silver Scrapes. We're going to game 5.
Yeah, well, we'll go to commercial break. When we come back, it's game 5 with Bethany Esports versus University of Illinois. Stay tuned.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL national championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was really a great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. You know, it's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school. And you know, I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program is nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yeah, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team atmosphere, loving, it's great, it's very extremely motivating. Whenever you step your foot into the room, you just want to push your hardest because everybody has that great mentality and the attitude that, you know, no matter what, you just got to push your hardest because it's a fun atmosphere, and you can always fall back to Bethany Esports being a loving team.
I'm a challenger jungler who has been playing in the amateur scene for the past couple of years, and I really wanted to finish up my education, and I found a fortunate opportunity inside of Minnesota, where I'm from, at Bethany Lutheran College. I think that they have a program that competes with the best of the best, and I truly think with the roster that they've had, adding me to it could really be a championship caliber team. Hopefully in this next year we have the ability to take things to the next level, and I think that with all of us together we have the ability to show League of Legends and the world what we really have to offer.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-Dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above, like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
Bethany Esports versus the University of Illinois. We've had a great series so far on our hands. Very, very close, but I think Bethany can take it.
We kind of knew this was going to be a bit of a slugfest based on how their matchup went a couple weeks ago. That one went to Game 3. It was a best of 3. This one's a best of 5. We're going to Game 5, and the winner of this game will move on to play the Illinois State Redbirds in the semifinals next Saturday.
It's pretty hype.
A lot on the line.
Looks like Bethany's got to take down 2 Illinois colleges. Should be a good time.
Let's focus on the one we're dealing with right now.
I'm that confident. All right, Azir Band was coming out first. Bethany is on red side this game, Illinois on blue side. Darius Band coming through for Bethany again. Back on that bird. Tristana Band coming in again from Illinois.
I think Freeze feels a little targeted right now.
Yeah, I'd say a little bit. Poor guy. Hecarim Band again. I find the Hecarim Band very interesting that they didn't give it up once.
Yeah. Maybe they had a scouting report on Hunter that they just said we don't want to deal with it. Did he? I don't know if he played Hecarim against them before. I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I don't recall. But Thresh Band again, keeping that pick away from Hollywood. Definitely a pick he likes to use.
This should be a Seraphine Band.
Or a Rel.
Or Olaf. It's going to be
Seraphine. So, but if they pick Rel, it could be counterpicked by Alistar again, so that's not the end of the world for them.
So now Illinois has to decide, do they want the Olaf, do they want the Udyr, do they want the Rel? It's really what I think the discussion is for them at this point.
They want the Rel.
Want the Rel.
All right, so we're going to see here. I would like to see Hunter on a different jungler personally. I think the run-around junglers, I think he's good at them, but I just feel like he likes to be aggressive and go in, but he always just pushes it a little bit too far, and it gets him killed quite often. He doesn't really get the kills early enough to warrant him doing that to do damage. So we'll have to see what they end up going with here. I'd like to see the Alistar picked again. There we go. That's a great counter into Rel. I guess if he's going to pick a run-to-2 champion, I guess Udyr is the way to go with it. I like his Lilia. I wish he'd pick Lilia. I'm a huge Lilia fan.
Do you think they ever just take the Olaf away?
Very possible, but then they also they pick Udyr, which I guess at least Olaf is immune to CC. Shen pick coming here, so we're gonna wait and see what they do. Because my thing is that like at least for Illinois, I would rather pick the Olaf because you can become you can be unstoppable. Thank you. And then Rel CC is layered on top of you doing things, and that's what Rel enables those run at you champions. And Udyr, like if he tries to run in, Alistar can just push him away. You know, like nope, take your engage and get out of here. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, obviously Udyr is a really good jungler right now, but I'm okay with that. I feel like Bethany is set up pretty well to do something about this. We'll have to see how the draft goes from here, though, as Azir was also a big part of countering the last Rel with the engage as well. So.
Now, Shen
Aatrox, that's an early top lane pick.
Probably top, but could be River Shen. The Aatrox I find to be really interesting. Once upon a time, Shen would have been a great pick into an Aatrox because basically he was built around auto attacks. Now his abilities do quite a bit of his damage.
Wizardish picking up the Kai'Sa, one of the best AD carries in the game right now, and he is definitely one of the best players that Bethany has. So have to see how he can pilot this champion and see what he can do.
Last time they banned Caitlyn and Misfortune. I believe they banned both of those last time. Last 2 games, maybe?
Caitlyn MF and then Caitlyn and Sivir.
Sivir, that's right.
So see what comes through here on the side of Illinois. Mid lane and jungle, technically, I would say, are the last 2 picks here. So Bethany looking to do something spicy. I don't think they're doing the Olaf.
Well, they're definitely not doing
That's
the Olaf
okay.
now.
Come on, pick the Lily. Let's go, buddy. Pick something good here. I want to see it. I want you to pick something aggressive. I want you to go out there and get some kills. Take control of that jungle. You've allowed Daniel Park to get ahead few too many times in this series and definitely need to pull the reins back on him and send Hunter forward.
I really like this Orianna ban.
I agree.
I feel like Zeno has been punishing you on that champion enough. Make him play something else. You don't have to deal with it. And also, Bethany Esports is their pick order is leaving options open. They've got enough of a front line that they could just pick the Lilia jungle and not have to worry about being a little bit light.
Timo, Nunu, there we go.
I wondered if Hunter was going to play that. He does fall on that champion from time to time. So this is a wall in front of Kaisa right now, which is probably a really good thing because you don't want Udyr just to run in and mess your day up if you can help it.
Indra pick would be good for Illinois here.
You pick it up. I wonder what AD. Do they go with the Ezreal, you think?
Misfortune's up too. He played Misfortune before.
Oh.
Kog'Maw? Okay. I was like, I dare you to pick that Kog'Maw. Dare you. Not a good champion to play right now. Especially if you don't have a Lulu. Looks like it's going to be the Misfortune unless we're going to last second switch. Nope, Misfortune is locked in. Now we're just picking our mid laner. Right? Yeah, mid laner.
Mid lane. Unless we know nothing about it.
Diana.
That's an interesting pick.
I hate Diana. Everyone's picking things that I hate. I don't hate it because it's a bad champion. I hate it because it's such a good champion and one-shots everyone on the enemy team and doesn't die. It is a tanky assassin, and I don't like playing against that. But this is exciting because this means Bethany auto wins the game. Should be an exciting Game 5, that is for sure. Great team fighting comp coming again from the side of Bethany, but also pretty good skirmishing with certain aspects on their comp as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another interesting one. This is for all the marbles. This is for everything right now. So, good draft. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, it's Game 5. So stay tuned.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above. Like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You have the potential to be amazing, to become something extraordinary, to see the incredible, to be the incredible. This is a place where creativity sparks opportunity, where opportunity leads to adventure. Here, you have the ability to become the best version of you, no matter your experience. Your chance to make history, to leave your mark. Let Bethany Lutheran College help you realize your potential.
Alicia can't choose between pizza or wings for the game. This isn't a midterm. We say D, all of the above. Like new pizza wings at B-Dubs. The flavor of pizza on a wing. Mark these D for delicious. Pizza wings, one of 4 new sauces at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
what I try to do is, when I talk to people about these, is that it combines a lot of different disciplines. Graphic arts, that's something that started at Bethany for me, literally Photoshop 1, so your graphic arts, your woodworking, which I got from my father, electronics, electrics, all that kind of thing are combined to make these sort of things. Yeah, there's lots of games on them, and yeah, they're lots of fun. And yes, you can play forever, but it's the design, the build. That's what I enjoy doing the most. I also really enjoy the nostalgia fact of it. You go back. A lot of you guys are playing League of Legends right now, which it's an amazing game. But in 20 years, there'll be something even more amazing, But it's always nice to look back or go back and see, hey, let's play Super Mario Brothers, or hey, let's play Donkey Kong from 1981. I would love to come here now as a student. It's amazing. It's amazing that the fact that you can do and have this, and provide this kind of environment, competitive environment, the best stuff. Competing on a national level, you can't beat that. Yeah, so I think it's fantastic.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL national championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, it was easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. It's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school, and I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
All right, everybody, welcome back to game number 5. We had a bit of some client issues, unfortunately, so we missed the last almost 6 minutes of the game. We have been watching, so we do know what has been happening. There was first blood for Bethany Esports in the bot lane. Wizardish got the kill onto Misfortune. There was a gank from Hunter to get that one. So our stream right now is brought to you by Illinois Esports, actually. So thank you to them for letting us use their stream to spectate this game.
All right. Well, after that, now that we're back in it, like you said, there was a lot of action in the bot lane. We were able to see that. There was a lot of ganking going back and forth. I think Hunter rolled in twice, but now they've got Dragon Control set up. Going to be able to get this one early, one would assume, especially with the Nunu. Dragon's going to reset a little bit here, but it doesn't look like anybody on Illinois is going to be contesting that. So that's an early Dragon for Bethany Esports in Game 5.
Off to a good start, that's for sure, for them. Ultimate Freeze going all in right now. He does have Flash, but Zeno is going to flash away. Quacker picking up a huge wave there that was frozen in the top lane, giving himself a bit of a lead in CS. Nunu is in the river. He could come with the snowball any second. Hollywood does get the engage onto Noob. Daniel Park, though, was in the bush the whole time, and the teleport's coming in. They're going to have to start backing off. Oh, the Stand United, though, did come in, and Bigger Noob is going to go down. Aatrox coming in to get up the kill onto Hollywood. The big dunk coming onto the Shen. He's going to try to back off. Hollywood does end up getting Udyr somehow, even though he was dead, and they're going to back off. It's a 1-for-1 trade on both sides.
I believe that was the Ignite ticking in between ticks of Acathian Rain from Kaisa.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, that kill goes over to Hollywood. Fortunately, they do get a kill out of it. And one thing I want to highlight, well, first of all, Oh, okay. Sorry, I was confused for a second. I was going to say Shen brought teleport, but we have Shen. Bethany Esports has Shen. But I want to highlight the fact that pretty much all series long, whenever we've seen a gank, the other team was lying in wait for a counter gank. It feels like everybody just kind of knows what everyone else is doing, and they're waiting for someone to pull the trigger first. So that's really fun to watch, but it can be a little bit hectic to experience. So really well done on Bethany Esports side, getting the better end of this to start the game, and a really early 8-minute 1,000 gold lead.
So actually a pretty good play that Illinois is maybe doing. Maybe not, because it looks like they might be backing up. They actually rotated Misfortune and Rel to top lane because Quacker was stuck in the bot lane getting the wave. I would imagine they're going to want to go take the Rift Herald now because it's at 8 minutes, and that's a really good early Rift Herald to take. But Udyr ran back bot lane. He's coming back top side now, so hopefully that is something they're going to do on their side. Because you kind of want to get Misfortune back to the bot lane as soon as you can, so you want to take this Rift Herald. Here they go. They're starting it up now, but it looks like Bethany is collapsing. Kaisa even, Wizard as she is roaming up. I don't know how long until he's going to be here. We'd be at a 5v5.
Stand United is not
Aatrox
available.
is here now. The snowball canceled out by the Aatrox. Going to try to get the stun. Freeze going all in onto Zeno. He's going to get him. The ultimate going off onto Hollywood. He's going to barely make it out alive. Nuno using the ultimate to keep everybody zoned, but here comes the back line. Diana trying to get more kills. Ooh, jumping away from this Fortune ultimate, but Hunter is going to be caught in it. Currently 3 against 3. Trying to see what they can do. Aatrox going to land the CC onto Wizardish. He's going to probably get the final dunk here. He doesn't have the movement to do it. Freeze trying to get a return kill, but Rel just barely making it out alive. Shen now backing up. Saluro is going to get to the tower safely. And a lot of kills 3 kills going on the side of Illinois and only 2 for Bethany.
If we see a lot more team skirmishing like what we've already had 9 minutes into the game, somebody on Bethany Esports is going to have to buy healing reduction, or they're never going to kill the Aatrox. He's going to be too strong. And I do feel like Bethany Esports has the comp to do it. I don't know whose ult did more damage in that fight, Hunter or Bigger Noob, because they both got really big ultimates off. Bigger than either one probably should have been able to, and they both kind of facilitated their teams. Bigger Noobs is going to do more damage later into the game, but Hunter's going to be all over the place. So, like I said, I think Bethany Esports has the right team comp to do this sort of thing, but they have to get that heal reduction going early.
Right. Both supports now hanging out in the mid lane, actually, for the longest time. It looks like they're going to start roaming away. Lane's resetting.
Worth noting that as a result of that little lane swap, Quacker actually has a 20 CS lead in this top lane. And he's already got 2 kills and 2 assists. That doesn't present a lot more gold, maybe 300 more, because Shen does have a kill and an assist. But a lot of presence from the top lane elsewhere on the map so far early.
Here comes Hunter with the snowball. The ultimate from Diana coming in to suck up the Aatrox, knock him up into the air, and he's going to go down. The Root's going to come in there on the Nunu, or onto the Udyr from the Nunu, mind you. Zeno trying to get a stun, but Bethany just going to back out now. Play it safe. Dragon's up in less than 10 seconds is a good pick. You got the Aatrox. Rel doing the counter engage, though. Kaisa trying to run away with the ultimate Misfortune ult, coding over the entire team fight. Kaisa is going to go down, but the counter engage coming in from Freeze. Big kill onto the Udyr there. He's going to try to flash behind to get Noob, but now he's kind of caught out. And he's going to probably get taken down at this point. The slow coming in. Oh, tries to do the one shot onto Big Noob, but he is going to flash over the wall. Try to get him, but he does end up killing Zeno. Gets the kill into that. Meanwhile, the rest of Bethany is trying to take out the Rift Herald from getting any kind of headbutt. Dragon is probably not going to go down at this point yet. Hunter is still alive. Udyr has respawned. He's on his way. Shen still in the top lane. Does not have Stand United. Does not have Teleport. He must have gotten knocked out of Stand United or something, because it's pretty new on cooldown, so... Wonder how that ended up working out. Or someone probably died.
Someone probably died when he used it.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have been knocked up by Quacker, because they killed Quacker to start that. But Freeze did a lot of work in that fight, especially basically when the fight was over. He managed to go back in, get a flash and a heal out of Bigger Noob, and he got a kill out of it coming back. And that That's a lot of gold to swing around.
Yep, Hunter coming back in with the snowball, though. They're trying to play through this. Dragon's almost gone. Rel trying to engage on the Kaisa. Does get the knockout, does get the stun. The Flash Bear slap does kill off Wizardish. Disengage on Hollywood from the Udyr. The big AoE ultimate from Diana gets the forward-man knock up into the air. The kills are coming down. Daniel Park is dead. Rel is going to be dead. No, she's going to get away with a little bit of health. Freeze trying to get the final kill into Noob, but finally does get the double kill. Shen trying to kite off Quakes as long as he can. Zeno going to pick up this kill onto Shen. He does get the taunt dash, but oh my gosh, just dies right before he can get it. Freeze trying to get in to get this last final kill. Hunter's trying to get it as well. Hollywood is so low. Freeze trying to do what he can, but Aatrox is just dunking on everybody. This is not good. Hollywood does a great knockup to try to get away. The triple kill does come up for the Aatrox. Nunu channeling the ultimate. He's going to maybe dunk the Rel. She dunks up, and she's super slow now. The snowball to try to get himself out. The ultimate is already up again from Rel. The quadra kill for Aatrox. Oh, that fight went from awesome to not awesome.
So the fight before that, they killed the Aatrox first. He didn't have time to do anything, and that's why Bethany Esports won that fight. The one we just had, Aatrox was like the last one in the fight. Wizardish got caught out. He had some pretty bad positioning, ended up on the other side of a wall from the rest of his team. And with the CC combo that University of Illinois has, there's no chance he's going to get away from that. In the CC combo, I should just say Rel, I think, because she's all of it. Not really all of it, but she was all of it that they need right there. And then Aatrox comes in late, cleans up everybody, does a massive amount of healing. They just don't have any consistent damage yet, especially with Kaisa out of the fight. They really didn't have a chance to kill him, and he picks up a quadra kill, and that really forces the issue, especially with Aatrox having that Gore Drinker early.
There is one thing that I do want to bring up, and this is going to be a little solo queue brain popping into this game. Sometimes when you lose a team fight like that, if you're, let's say, the Diana mid lane, sometimes you still think in your head, that was worth it. Because you know what? You've got 6 kills now. You're a Diana. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go one-shot that Syndra. You're going to one-shot that Misfortune. And honestly, you're going to do a huge chunk of change onto that Aatrox as well. So at the end of the day, yes, there is a bit of a flub, but the gold lead is not that crazy. It's only 1K, and you still have lots of potential to do massive damage in team fights if you're Diana. I do want to point out also, just a quick reminder to the people watching, if Bethany Esports wins this game, they will go on to play Illinois State University, ISU Redbirds. Meanwhile, though, Freeze quickly caught out. He's getting chunked. The Stand United coming in to keep him protected. He does flash out. He is going to live. Stand United came through. Shen getting damage onto the Udyr. He's going to flash away too. Now Hollywood's caught out. He's trying to use his ultimate to tank it up, but he is going to get knocked down here. So that is end up being a pick kill. 2 people that they try to get were not able to get, but do they get the third one? But what I was saying, though, is that if Bethany does lose this game, they are out of conference tourney. But there is a slight chance that they could get a national playoff bid as well. So it might not be totally out of the season for them. Obviously, the best thing for them is if they win, then they get to play ISU. So Illinois pushing up the mid lane here. Oh, here comes Hunter. Came in with the snowball. Looks like he got good chunk of change onto Udyr there. Udyr is dead. Aatrox coming in, though, to get the sweeping up kill onto Nunu. He is going to go down. Freeze came in the backside, though. He wasn't able to get the ultimate off. Big knockup from Hollywood. A 2-man knockup. The Syndra stun, though, pushing out the Kaisa. Shen trying to go in. Hollywood is going to fall. Diana looking for an entrance, but she's not going to get one.
The only heal reduction, I'm gonna harp on this. The only heal reduction that Bethany has right now is a Bramble Vest from Salura. So if Aatrox...
Executioner's on Kaisa.
Oh, is that already...
She just got it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just got it.
I wasn't looking at her item bar when I was saying that. Okay, that's good. That helps them out a lot because even though Quacker didn't heal a ton during that fight, he was healing through damage and his health bar just kind of didn't move a whole lot. And I feel like we're at a point in the game where if you kill Quacker, you probably just win the fight. But you got to kill Quacker. And that's a very tall order. He's already pretty tanky because a couple of health items, Merc Treads, and all that healing. And like you said, Diana couldn't find a way to get an ult in that wouldn't have resulted in her getting absolutely nuked. I assume the next item we're going to see is probably a Zhonya's, especially with the amount of physical damage that Illinois has. I thought maybe we froze for a second, but everyone was just kind of waiting everybody else out.
Everyone deer lighted in the headlights at the same time.
Yeah. Right now, Looks like
Dragon's up in less than a minute.
The only person that does not have a mythic item for Illinois is Syndra, and that's because she took a quick stop. I don't know what the name of that item, the green item, second in from the right. It gives ability power and magic resist. It's really good in an AP versus AP matchup. It's really, really good, and nobody buys it. But Zeno knows what he's about. He went ahead and picked that up. So he does not have his
counters
moves
assassins.
Yet. Yes.
AP assassins, specifically. It's a very cost-efficient item. Hunter trying to come in, though. Gets Syndra stun. Rel stun, follow up. Hollywood trying to knock up Udyr. Nunu taking a lot of damage, tries to shield himself, flashes away. Kaisa going ham with the killer instinct right there. He's going to get the kill onto the Misfortune. Oh, Zainu walking out with barely any health. Huge knockup in Aatrox. All the Stand United comes through with a 3-man taunt. Udyr is so low, he could almost go down. Rel trying to knock up, flips Aatrox over her head. Aatrox so low, he does finally go down. Shen, teleport coming in right now from Syndra for the follow-up. Bethany, take your win and just walk back, everybody. Good job. Great fight from Bethany Esports.
There was a lot going on to end up being a 2-for-1. Hunter, I'm amazed, lived as long as he did. He was dancing in that fight, going back and forth. But ultimately, that fight comes down to Freeze finding a good angle in and Wizardish staying alive, being able to dance around the fight and just do a ton of damage. Doesn't even have his mythic item yet. Once he does, I assume that's a Kraken Slayer. He's going to be shredding people.
Twitch chat, I need you to spam Bethany will win in the chat right now.
All right.
Gonna need your energy, guys. This game's getting hyped. It's getting intense. I'm gonna need it.
If you've got Spirit Fingers are acceptable.
Goal differences throughout the various lanes.
I noticed a 2K gold lead. Freeze to Zeno when I was taking a look at it.
I saw that too.
And Freeze did pick up Zonias as a second item, so he can be a lot bit more aggressive in these team fights and go to a position where it would put him in danger because he's just going to hourglass right after he ults and everything should be fine. Syndra, I said didn't have Ludens yet, has Everfrost instead. Is that standard?
I don't think so.
I feel like Syndra's a Ludens champion.
I think it's just to help her peel back, like with her stun, like on Nunu and stuff like that. I don't think it's standard. I think it's just like a specific thing for this game.
Mm-hmm. I will say this
I would
Rel
go more damage-focused item personally, but
yeah, this Rel has been giving Hunter a lot of fits, so Hunter hasn't really been able to run into the Syndra. But I guess you're playing in a scenario where it could happen, and you want to be able to be prepared. He's dead. He's dead. All right.
All right, well, he's dead, so the engage comes in the mid lane. Rel getting the knock-up and the sucking in. They're going to come in. Kaisa ultimate coming through. Shen going to get the taunt. Rel's going to go down. There's 2 people dead right now on the side of Illinois, and I think Bethany actually could just go take the Baron at this point, to be honest with you. Syndra doesn't have teleport, and that's probably the Baron, actually.
Rel got melted by the Kraken Slayer. Freeze in a little bit of trouble.
It's the bear slap. Hollywood's keeping an eye on him. He'll be all right. He's got tank. Uses the W spin thing to tank. Hollywood engaging. Here comes Bethany. Dash in from Diana. The ultimate coming in. Aatrox getting his health destroyed, but the Goredrinker making him go all the way back up to health. But Wizardish is going to get the kill onto him. All 5 members of Bethany are all still alive. This Baron is secured. Syndra's just leaving the base. Rel is just leaving the base. And this Baron is guaranteed for them.
That is a perfect example of when we say go, you go. Everybody got off a Baron. Nobody sat on it to try to keep the health down. It was like, this is the fight. The fight is the 4v or the 5v2. The fight isn't the Baron fight. We'll get the Baron afterwards. So really good job. I didn't realize that Freeze still had his ult for that. And once again, Quacker just got absolutely nuked. And he lived a little. He lived for a little bit, but that heal reduction, keeping him out of the game.
It's kind of interesting to think that if Bethany wins this game, it's on the heels of Syndra dying to the tower.
Yeah. That is a good point. That was a huge swing. That was just
a huge blunder.
Maybe Zeno forgot he's not playing a champion that has a shield.
Dragon is up in less than a minute. Bethany is poised to take it. They've got their vision set up. They've got the gold lead. All 600 gold of it.
All 600 gold of it.
They've got Stand United available and the teleport from Shen. Quacker is already here, so no need for him to teleport in. So I would say that Illinois is definitely ready to fight for this, but here comes a Nunu ball. Hollywood going in. Just going to poke him away.
Spell Shield got knocked off of Syndra.
Shen has already rotated. He's in the mid lane now. Hollywood ready for the flank. Control ward does come down, though. Kind of split up right now from Bethany. This could be a serious problem if Hunter gets caught out here. He's going to land the snowball. Hunter coming in. Knockout with the Aatrox. Huge misfortune ultimate, though, going over the entire team of Bethany Esports. They're just getting blown up. 2 already dead. The third going to go down. Wizardish getting the Stand United shield, but it's not enough. He's going to go down. Triple kill for Bigger Noob, and Udyr is going to get the shutdown, and Hunter's going to get away with his life, but that is all 4 dead for Bethany, and Illinois takes the fight, and they take the dragon, their 3rd dragon.
They save a Baron buff, which is nice, but once again, you lose the fight, you lose the dragon, fall a little bit further behind objectively, and that was just Bethany getting split up, got caught out, and when you're in a situation where you got half the team on one side and half the other team on the other side, you just pick a side and go. And that's what's a lot of times going to happen. You just annihilate that side and then deal with the rest of it as it comes. So really well played by University of Illinois, and they've got their 3rd dragon.
Pressure soul point then for Bethany, basically. In less than 5 minutes, you're going to have to fight again, so you have to be ready to do that. More set up than you were last time, that's for sure. Definitely don't want to be split up in the next fight.
It's really crazy to think that if Bethany loses this game, it's on the heels of Syndra killing herself to a turret.
Meme still relevant. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. 3K gold lead for University of Illinois. 4 turrets to 0. It's a huge swing on that dragon fight.
The Baron power play would be in the negative at this point. That is for sure.
Which you don't see very often. So there you go. A rare sight. Thank you. Good job. New experiences for everybody.
Yeah.
Setting up. I don't know. The next fight we have is probably, I guess if nobody gets caught out.
It's Baron, technically,
yeah.
Be the next fight. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for that.
It's just not a whole lot going on. University of Illinois is doing something that is basically they're baiting out the Alistar Pulverize on single and double targets as opposed to 3 and 4. And then they get to counter engage and they get to use that, I believe Misfortune result is called bullet time?
Yes.
Yeah, getting that bullet time to land over multiple people and just absolutely shredding Bethany's team.
Hunter coming in with a snowball right now. Solura trying to get a knock-up onto the Aatrox. Ultimate does come through. Here comes the Kaisa ultimate. They're going to get the pick onto the Aatrox here. They should be able to get it at least. I don't think Aatrox can escape this. Gorndrick is going to be up. The flash coming in, and the movement speed is going to come down. Hunter is going to try to catch him. He flashes, and they're going to try to knock him up again. The ultimate coming in from the Nunu Quacker is going to go down. The teleport did go into the bot lane, though. It is Syndra. She gets a big stun. Freeze did teleport as well, and the Everfrost is going to lock him down. They got to start backing, though, because the top side of the map is going down right now to Illinois, and they need to get ready to do that. But they're still chasing. Oh, the flash over the stun. Great job by Hollywood. The ultimate coming on to Freeze. It barely does any damage, though. Freeze is going to pick up that kill. The rest of Bethany did back, and they're on the way to save the top side of the map. The inhibitor tower is going to go down, but 2 great picks of Bethany. Here comes the Nunu. Boonu with the snowball. Knock up, but no follow-up yet. He's just slowly trailing behind. Hollywood's coming in for a flank, though. He got the ward down. They see him. He's going to get a knock-up. That's a double knock-up right there. Nunu trying to follow up. Still trailing behind a little bit. The rest of the team not quite there. Kaisa doesn't have an ultimate. They're going to back up. And they're going to just do a soft reset here. 2 kills for Bethany on that fight.
A little bit of, I think, over chasing, overextending, going after the Syndra. I mean, it took you guys so long to kill the Aatrox to begin with, and you know they're taking turret's top lane. I don't think you needed to have an exposed inhibitor here. But Hollywood having the nice flash, headbutt, pulverize over the Syndra knockback, scat of the week. So it looked nice, but on a macro level, I don't think it was the right play to go for that kill. I think you probably just let that one go and don't give up an inhibitor turret in top lane.
Vision control going down, Baron up in 20 seconds.
That pulverize did 1,000 damage. You see that? Did 1,040 damage. That's impressive.
Yeah.
How are they not winning this game when he's got a pulverize that does 1,000 damage?
Well, if the enemy champions had the Scuttle Crab shield that automatically gets broken on CC, I would imagine that would do it.
That would help us quite a bit, I
That
think.
would do auto 1,000 damage for everybody. Illinois, though, starting up the Baron right now. No wards on it for Bethany, so they're going to catch it right now. They know that it's being done. They're going to have to start collapsing. 7,000 health right now for the Baron. The Nunu snowball coming in. Rel is stopping it. They are pulling off the Baron, though, to get onto the Nunu. Nunu's getting blown up. Hunter is down already. The rest of Bethany going to back up. Hollywood trying to push away, though, but Rel going in to get the engage. Freeze going all in right now. Syndra doing virtually no damage, but Freeze is still going to get blown up. Kaisa going all in with the ultimate to try to get the pick. She does get the kill. She's going to get knocked up. She's going to get killed, though. Shen taunting in way too late, and that's going to be all members dead for Bethany very, very soon. Chase from Aatrox over the wall, and oof, that's a Baron. No Baron taken, actually. They're going to go back to take the Baron now, but that is 4 members dead for Bethany, and they're going to get the Baron anyway, I would imagine. Maybe. Yeah, they'll dance this pretty. They should be able to dance this.
I don't see a situation where they don't end up with Baron here, especially with that amount that Udyr is healing. Yeah, that was a fight, huh? I mean,
it was a fight.
The Rel CC is just, it's so much, and when she can get that all onto 1 or 2 people, it's a free bullet time for Bigger Noob. And when Bigger Noob gets a free bullet time, it's a 1 fight. Now, in that one, I don't actually think, I don't know if they were going to tango here.
There's 3 of them. There's no way they stop this soul. Yeah, let's say that's the soul take for sure.
But in that last fight, I didn't. The bullet time went off, and it mostly killed Hunter, but Hunter was a lot of the reason that the rest of the team didn't get blown up. So it's still a lost cause. I mean, he had to kind of get up there to contest the Baron, but now you lost your team fight and you lost Baron. Now you lost Dragon Soul, which made an unkillable Aatrox even more unkillable because as he's fighting, he's going to get a lot more health back. And I think from this point, Bethany's win condition is sneaking an Elder Drake or stealing an Elder Drake in the middle of a fight. I don't see how they win this without doing something along those lines. They're in a really rough spot. It's going to be tough to come back. I'm only down 5K gold. It doesn't feel like they're as behind as they are, but the last couple of fights have shown us that Illinois is imposing their will.
Illinois roaming up to the top lane here. Going to try to shoot for that inhibitor. Baron buff. They haven't done a lot with it yet. So they've expended quite a bit of time of it already. Starting to pressure on the inhibitor. Aatrox in the mid lane. Bethany fanning out. Nunu's just sitting, waiting on the fountain for his home guard snowball, basically. Daniel Park knows that Solura is there. Meanwhile, up here, the inhibitor is almost down. They're looking for something. 4 people top. Aatrox not there. Nunu coming in with the snowball. Hooking a big right here. He's going. They're going to try to pick off this Aatrox here. He's going to miss. Aatrox hitting him up. They're going to pull him back. Nunu's going to get blown up. He tries to shield with the ultimate. He's not able to do it. He's going to die. Hollywood's going to die. There's 2 members dead for Bethany already. The rest of Bethany trying to peel back as best they can to try to get rid of this Aatrox. Huge ultimate by Freeze to get in there. Does get the kill. Does get the zonies, but he's going to kill. He's going to die as soon as he gets up out of that. Kaisa Wizard is trying to do the best that he can right now, but there's nothing he can do. Illinois just does too much damage, and they're going to kill Bethany Esports, and this is probably where they're going to take the game and take the series over Bethany Esports.
A really, really well-fought series, and if this had been a best-of-3, Bethany would have won. They had the 2-1 advantage. Unfortunately, could not get it done down the stretch. I imagine this fight means absolutely nothing. The base is going to get cracked.
University of Illinois will take the Nexus Towers. They will take the Nexus, and Bethany Esports is unable to win the game, and Illinois will win the series 3-2. Unfortunate for Bethany Esports, but great job for the University of Illinois.
It was a great series, a couple of really well-matched teams, and like I said, just down the stretch, even the last game, Game 5, was pretty close for most of it. I mean, you had a couple of fights where, well, this is Illinois' win condition. We eliminated that. Now we win the fight. But, okay, so now we didn't get to it. It's a chess game that you got to play, and sometimes you come out on the back end of it. It was a really great series.
Well, don't go anywhere. We'll have a post-game show that we're going to do for you. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got keys of the game, player of the series, and much more. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program's nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yes, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team atmosphere, loving, it's great. It's very extremely motivating. Whenever you step your foot into the room, you just want to push your hardest because everybody has that great mentality and the attitude that, you know, no matter what, you just got to push your hardest because it's a fun atmosphere, and you can always fall back to Bethany Esports being a loving team.
I'm a challenger jungler who has been playing in the amateur scene for the past couple of years, and I really wanted to finish up my education